Lamprell back to Keach, spinning out of trouble on the left foot, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. So we'll see a kick for the Roos, taken by McKenna. Sorry, just Kenna. So Pat Kenna pops it up. Tough one to mark. Big number of players around the footy. Scrappy stuff. Timbus at the bottom of the pack. And we will see a ball up.
What's your tip coming into this match, Tubes?
A close contest is my tip, Duff. Timbus has it now, has 3 to beat, got his handball away somehow. Beautifully worked out there by the Tigers. Into the path of Swan, got his kick as he was tackled. Bouncing ball, that's a clever handball over the top by Blackwell. Timbus kept running, but only as far as this Roos player. The Roos, dangerous kick across goal. Strong grab taken down there by McGee. McGee quickly finds Howard.
Howard got some good movers out there.
They do, and don't they look good when they get a bit of clean use on the footy, Duff?
Yeah, no, it's obviously going to be a little bit cleaner than the last game. They were knocking the dew off the ground at 9:15.
Yep. Steele got the ball forward for the Roos, and then the kick came forward. Here's a chance for Murrell, and he kicks the first goal of the game. Tom Murrell with the first for the Roos. And didn't they look good from way, way back? Look at this work. Tom Murrell just smooth and kicked a beauty and kicked the first of this game.
Well, we know he's a goal kicker, young Murrell. We've been watching him come through the ranks over the last couple of years, Tubes. I think he might have been an under-12 state representative last year.
Inside 50s a 3-2 for Kingborough. So they just can't quite get the score on the board, the Kingborough boys. Big ruck contest. Kick forward. Smooth moving out there was Ryan Swan. The Tigers look to go forward. Beautifully marked down there by Lamprell. Lamprell sends it inside forward 50. No mark taken down there. Numbers here with the Roos. Pace shown down there by Aziz. Got it tackled though. Bester back into the middle. Kicked off the ground nicely there. Beautiful handball up by the Roos, and they clear again. Spoiled nicely down there by the Tigers. It bounces up into the arms of Wilson, who got his kick away. Tasman Richardson trying hard. Here comes Timbers. He's such a good user of the footy, and he's bought his own today, but it's sprayed.
Great build-up.
And it is a behind.
Now, just some mail. I might be stand to be corrected, but I think young Aziz might be a relative of Aaron Halls, the Gold Coast player.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain that's one of the boys out there for Clarence's. Geez, we might just want to ride that effects mic here, Jerry, as they come past us.
Yeah, there's a lot of vehicles here today as the crowd starts to build. Inside forward 50 again for Williams. Strong mark taken down there by the Roos.
No shortage of talent in this game here, too.
Absolutely not. Gee, they look good as they move the ball forward, and I'm sure these two sides will battle against each other for years and years to come. Kenner with a burner down inside forward 50. Tigers doing well to defend. They're the 3-on-2 down here. Swoop down there by Murrell. Doesn't he love it? Handballed over the top, into the middle. Tigers will clear, and they've got numbers out here. Timbus.
Looks like a very strong player, doesn't he?
He's massive, Duff.
Very strong in the core.
Huge, strong lad. Richardson with that mop. The two mops playing on each other today, Duff. That's great to see. Out in front of Shivers. Shivers does really well. And shrugging the tackle. The Roos go forward again. Sending it down inside 450. What a beautiful gather out there by that man, Glusky. Or Glusky. How do you want to say it, Duff?
Glusky, we go with.
Glusky, righto, no worries. And it's cleared by the Tigers again. Gee, they look efficient when they move forward, the Roos.
Yeah, they do. You just sort of sense that the Tigers are going to be right up against it, against this very classy side. Probably, you know, we don't want to talk players or sides up, but one of the more talented junior footy teams we've seen come through for a long, long time, Tubes.
Rees has it for the Tigers. His kick out to space. Leading the race out there is Timbus. He looks so big.
Yeah, very strong through the core.
Yep. And they clear again, the Roos. Quick kick forward. It's all Tigers here, and a strong mark taken by Voss.
Well done, Vossi's the call.
They love him down here at Kingborough.
Oh, look at that for awareness.
Yep. Just through the fingers there of Van der Koff. He goes back and gets it again. He's a tall lad. Roos doing well, and it's cleared by Whitelaw. Into the middle of the ground. It's all Tigers here, though. Spinning out of trouble beautifully down there was Waters. He kicks forward, and a strong drag taken by Timbus.
Get a replay on that. Just kicked it perfectly, didn't he? He knew who was kicking it to.
Yep.
And it was just a beautifully weighted kick, just like Robert Harvey.
Yep, that was the Bennett's replay, of course. Independent petrol across the state of Tasmania. Timbus goes long, and he's kicked it. So he's had 3 shots on goal, Timbus, and that's his first actual big sticks six-pointer.
How's the form on this goal umpire, Tubes?
Yeah.
Mr. Casual.
Yeah,
we'll get a replay on him.
Oh, we're just looking at the goal going through, and I'm sure we'll slow it down here as it goes through. He's got the fluorescent boots on, the umpire too.
Nothing phases that man.
No, he's got his hands in his pockets. Goal. Thanks for coming.
Well, they've hit the lead.
They have. 2 points. So back in the middle. Big ruck contest, 1 down by the Tigers. Numbers around the footy. Pace shown here by Bester. Throws it on the boot. Down towards this man in Owen. Got his handball away as he's chopped it off though. Owen went back in and got it. Big smother there by the Roos. Trying to clear down there is McGee. It's still on Tasman Richardson. They force it through for a behind. And they'll kick out from full back. It'll be Bailey as is to take it. Trying hard. Roos gather it through Hein Haycock. Beautiful work down there by the Roos defender. Switches play into the middle of the ground. Flying at the footy down there was Whitelaw. He got his kick away. Numbers here with the Roos. They've got a 3-on-2 here. If they can get their handball out the back, they've got runners. Tigers, the cavalry arrives. Stems the flow of the kicks, but it's pushed forward by McCallum. Here's a chance down there for Zach Clark. He's got Keach hot on his hammer. That's a clever kick into the middle. Mark taken by McCallum. Plays on quickly. Had a runner out wide in Kenner. Kenner now will go back from about 35 out. Has a man down in the pocket if he wants him. Decides against it. So Pat Kenner backs himself from here. Pops it up nicely. And it's gone out of bounds for a ball up inside forward 50. So a great close game here. 3 points the difference, 12 minutes gone in the first term. Punched away by the Tigers. They're winning the ruck contests. It's Logan Undy, who's the big man there, up against Tom McCallum. Undy and McCallum will do battle again. Scoop backwards. Kicked away by the Tigers. Diving on the footy down there is Voss. That's Sam Voss. And umpire's pulled out a free. No, he's going to ball it up.
I just noticed young McCallum there, number 19, wearing the famous 19 jumper of his dad. For Scotty, a great Clarence player, premiership. I think actually holds one of the records for the most premierships of any senior footballer in Tasmania.
Wow.
Something like 9 premierships, 6 with Clarence and a few out at OHA.
Yep. I think I might have played on him, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. You reckon, Tubes?
Yeah, I think I did.
I don't think so.
Back in the early 2000s?
He would have been playing Clarence seniors there, mate.
Oh, right.
While you were down in the Magoos at university. As the ball's coming forward here, Tubes.
Simmer down, mate. I played seniors down there. Tim Bass gets his kick away. Here's a chance now for Murrell, the goal kicker, with a little spiral. Which way is it going to bounce? It bounces and stays in. Beautiful work down there by the top Fletcher Rose. Wrestling down there. Here's a chance for the Roos, and they get it. It was Colby Whitelaw with the goal. Beautiful goal too. We'll go back and have a look at this. The kick came in, the big spiral, and they just didn't give up the ruse. Beautiful stuff by Whitelaw. Kicked the goal.
See the runner out here, marshalling the troops.
Yep. Picture of fitness. Number 87, that's a heavy number, isn't it, Duff?
Yep.
The coaches, of course, are Matt Lamprell and Trent Whitelaw. Lamprell has Kingborough, Whitelaw with Clarence. Scooped up there, a big tackle, he's hurt too. He's in pain. Kick forward. Player down behind play is Liam Howard. He's in a lot of pain too. Kicked out by the Tigers. By the Roos, sorry. They'll clear here. We'll just check out this replay for Bennett's of the injury, perhaps. Here it is. Oh, the ankle, I think. Yep. As it goes through for a behind. Anyway, it is Kingborough 1-5-11 to Clarence 2 straight 12. We've got a game on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. Goal kickers. Alexander Timbus has the only one for Kingborough. For Clarence, it is Tom Murrell and Kobe Whitelaw with an injury to Liam Howard. The Roos with a bit of work to do. The Tigers have looked good, but we've got a game on our hands here. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a quick break here at quarter time. It is the Tigers trailing the Roos by 1 point here on Duff TV. Thanks to Cripps, the Master Baker, and Bennett's Petroleum. We're streaming across the nation. We'll be right back with the second quarter in just a few moments.
Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walked down the line, break your bread and pour the wine. Wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walked down the line, break your bread and pour the wine.
Well, second quarter about to get underway here at Kingston Beach between Kingborough and Clarence. It is under 13s STJFL action. You're with Tubes Taylor, thanks to Bennett's Petroleum and Cripps the Master Baker and Duff TV, of course. We are streaming across the whole nation here on the internet, so we could have people watching anywhere in the world, which is a great initiative by Duff TV. It is a tight ball game here between the Tigers and the Roos. Just 1 point the difference. Roos in charge by a point, but a great arm wrestle we've got on our hands. About to get underway, second quarter here. And the umpire throws it up. Big fly by the Clarence player. Worked out nicely there by Cornelius. Timbus gets his kick forward.
He's a damaging player, Timbus, isn't he?
He is. Handballed out nicely by the Roos. Got his handball away beautifully out towards Connor Ryan. Connor Ryan got tackled hard. Timbus does really well. Diving on the footy is Murrell. Scooped it out, did McCallum. Picked up nicely there by Cornelius. Got his kick affected by the Timbus smother. Handballed over the top there by the Tigers. Voss gets tackled hard. Beautiful work. Scrappy stuff here. McMahon played on. Got pushed. Did really well, the Tigers player. Mark was dropped. Picked up there by Kenner. Driven forward. Mark taken nicely down there by McCallum and drives it in low to Brick, and who kicks a goal. So Brick kicks his first, and it was an absolute beauty. It was a big build-up by the Roos, and when they get space, they are very, very good.
They look very dangerous.
Look at that for a kick. Thanks to Bennett's on the replay here. Beautiful kick and a beautiful goal there by Brickick. Tough name to say, Duff.
Brickick?
B-R-K-I-K. I-C, sorry.
We might crank our effects mic up just a little bit more there, Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Jerry, who's doing a great job on the replays thanks to Bennett's Petroleum. Ball came out nicely for Rees. He dropped it though, and it was a Kenner tackle.
Interesting with just a little insight. I'll come back to that in a minute as they're going forward here, Tubes.
They are going forward. Clever touch. There he is, Murrell at the bottom of the pack. Eddie Bet style. Kicks an absolute juicer. We'll go right back to that tackle and have a look at it from the middle of the ground because that was just a great tackle there by Kenner. And then the kick came into a dangerous spot. Look at this. And watch the way Murrell runs here. Just read it beautifully off the hands of the big full forward. And it was a beautiful goal to put the Roos up by 13 points.
He reminds me very much of an Ian Callanan at the same sort of age, Tubes. Just very, very classy, small player, but kicks goals every game.
Yep. Here he comes, Timbus, getting the kick forward. Going hard down there is Swan for the Tigers as they kick it forward again, and there's a strong mark inside forward 50 for the Tigers. He'll go back and have a shot here.
Right on his limit, kick from about 30 out, but I reckon this one will go straight through. You watch, Tubes.
Yep.
Very deliberate. Distance not a problem.
Oh, what a kick. Did we get a name on that boy? I think it is Cam Owen.
41,
yeah,
is it?
44, I think.
44.
Cameron Owen with the goal.
How's the how was the approach? Just
what a kick. A beautiful kick. Magnificent stuff there by Cam Owen to kick the goal. Very casual afterwards too, not a lot of celebration.
Yeah, now what I was going to say before, about a minute or two ago.
Yes, Duff.
Number 19, McCullum, I think might be playing on ball, is he? Or down forward. Of course, his dad was a half-back flanker, so it looks like the young fella's got a bit of a different sort of a role with his footy.
Yep.
Because often the boys follow in the footsteps of their dad.
Their old man, yeah.
Then again, Peter Hudson was a full forward, and his son Paul was a half-forward flanker, sort of on ball.
Yeah, he was a ripper actually too, Paul. With the Hawks and the Bulldogs. Here they go again. Timbus with a kick forward. Owen, strong grab.
Another one.
Well, he's tall and he's got the coordination too.
Yeah, he's very unassuming, isn't he?
He really is. Just sat in his hands, and he's a beautiful kick of the footy. As we saw the mark on the Bennett's Petroleum replay. He got every bit of that too. And Owen kicks his second. And we'll just go back and have a look at this on the Bennett's Petroleum replay. He's hit the Cripps scoreboard twice now, but look at this. Beautiful kick, got the ball straight up and down, beautiful connection, nice spinning drop punt. Wasn't probably his best one, his first one was a little better than that, but Cam Owen has kicked 2 goals in 2 minutes. Roos need to respond here. They're up by 1. Spinning out of trouble, there's Howard. Kicking out wide, leading the race down, there's Swan. Hot on his hammer though is Massey. Beautiful tackle there, beautiful contest. Beautifully picked up there by Lamprell, who got tackled hard by Massey. And he earned a free kick, so Massey.
Just a little fella, but what a tackle, Tubes.
Well, that was the first one. And then he got up, bounced straight up, and tackled again. Scrappy stuff here. No real possession, just a rolling maul at the minute. Picked up there cleanly by Howard, who got a handball out. Now a chance for Kenner as he runs forward. He's got time and space, and you can't give this Clarence side that. Uses his pace to go backwards to Shivers, who got a kick forward. Beautifully worked there by Connor Ryan. Handballed off to the little man in Massey. And the kick comes out to Murrell, who's got 2 for the game. He kicks quickly. Finds his teammate out there in the pocket. Chance now for a goal if they can get it here, but defensive work down there by the Tigers. The 3-on-1. The 3 wins out. Big fly. Over the run it over the line.
Danger.
Danger stuff, but it's hit the post for a behind. McCallum did really well there to get a foot to the ball. Kick comes out to Rees.
Good contest here in front of us, Tubes.
Yep. Brilliant contest. Rees with a worm burner. Strong grab down there by Undy, the ruckman. Didn't go back far enough off the mark. It's a 3-on-1 here. The one's doing really well at the bottom of the pack. It is Colby Whitelaw. And it will be a ball up.
Great venue down here at Kingston Beach. Perfect size ground for the kids, you know.
Yep.
Ground's in beautiful condition. I can smell the salves coming over, Tubes. I'm going to have my first one at half-time, I can tell you.
Definitely having one of those at half-time. As we see the umpire come in now, and he will ball it up.
You can see the runner out there.
Barking orders again.
Yeah, yep. Very keen man.
Good work down there by Undy and McMahon.
Very important, though, that the runner's not out there for too long, Tubes, but he did a good job, gave the message, and he's straight off.
Yep. Brilliant tackle there by Cornelius. Worked out there by the Tigers. Undy grabs a hold of it and just throws it on the boot, going back with a flight. There's a 3-on-1 here. One does really well for the Tigers as it goes out of bounds here. It was great work by Jacob Blackwell there. Forced a 50-50 situation when he was 3-on-1. So brilliant work there by that man with the flowing long locks. Just forced the ball up. Coming through hard there, beautiful work. Swings around the corner nicely there, Blackwell. Courageous stuff going back with the flight there from the Roos player McGee. Tackled hard. Roos do really well. Ryan picks it up. Goes hard again. Now has time. Kicks forward, but it'll go out of bounds on the forward. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Tigers.
That's you in there, Tubes.
Yeah, there I am. I'm on the window there, just tapping.
All right.
Hi, folks. Worked the ball out nicely. There we go. Brilliant work there on Ohms by Timbus. Gets his kick forward. Has a man out wide. Here's a chance for Voss. Voss should make no mistake and bend it around nicely. Sam Voss, what a kick by Alex Timbus out to the man who was running. For the replay, thanks to Bennett's. Have a look at this. Had so much space, and just watch the bend on this ball. Just worked nicely around the corner, and the Tigers are in front by 4 points.
Well, it was a great tackle, Tubes. Played on. It was just great awareness, wasn't it?
Yep. As the crowd starts to build here.
What a thing! What a great thing to do to come out on a Sunday. Free admission.
Yep.
Right. It's sunny. You grab yourself a coffee.
Yep.
Stand over there.
Go for a walk along the beach if you want afterwards.
Unless you're, you know, Trent Whitelaw or Matty Lamprell there, one of the coaches.
Yep.
Where you're not under pressure. It's just a great Sunday.
It is. What a contest we've got here. Hein Haycock gets it forward. Here's a chance for the Roos. Beautiful defensive work down there by the Tigers. Murrell's in there, just burrowing in like a little rabbit. Beautifully picked up there by Massey, but the Tigers will clear again. Flying high down there for the Roos. I think it was Bryce Holmes. Kicked forward nicely there by Ryan. Moved outside now nicely by McCallum. Brings it back inboard. Strong mark. They're playing on at every opportunity as Glusky goes bang and kicks a goal for the Roos. So they respond beautifully.
Gee, what a match we've got.
So 31 plays 29. Scoreboard just a little bit behind there. Look at that kick. And then to play on here by Glusky. Beautiful goal. And it's 2 points the difference in favour of the Roos.
Gee, the talent out here today, Tubes, is quite unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
12 and 13-year-old boys in front of us and putting on a show like this.
Must have been touched off the boot. And the ball came out nicely there to Brickick. Howard pushes it forward. Tigers doing well. Come in, tackled hard was Brickick. Should be a free kick as we see a man up there in the clutches. Look at him, Duff. Kick forward, but only as far as Timbers. Played on.
Oh, strength.
Dangerous, yeah. Needs to have a bounce here. Runs past pretty much the whole entire Clarence side, then kept running. Look at the pace shown by Timbers. This will be one of the goals of the year if he can kick it. He's a little too far out. He sent it inside forward 50, and it'll be cleared there by Devine.
Geez, he's an impressive player, Tubes, Timbers.
He just ran 150 metres, Duffy.
Yeah.
He must be fairly exhausted, I would have thought.
Maybe we'll bring that back to about 60, but
Yep.
I know what you're saying.
McCallum, handballed off. The Roos drive it forward. They've got numbers there if they can get a handball off. They do so. Great tackle there laid by Seb Waters, and then pushed over the line nicely there by Keach for a behind.
We're trying to get a replay on that Timbers move if it's still there, Jerry. But, God, very impressive. He can handball left and right hand, and he's just got so much strength in the core tubes.
Yeah, here it is. Thanks to Timbers. Thanks to Bennett's for Petroleum all across the state. Kick forward, 32 plays 29. 3 points the difference here. Kick up and under. Kept in somehow by Undy.
I think that was out, wasn't it?
Yeah, they play the whistle, boys, is the rule. But the mark taken down there for the Roos by McGee. McGee has numbers, sends a little burner down towards his mate there in Howard. Sorry, it's not Howard, it's Shivers. Shivers kicking into the middle of the ground. Picked up beautifully there by Glusky. Kicked it nicely into the forward 50. Big tackle down there. Here's a chance now for that man in McCallum.
That's a goal.
Well, we'll wait for the goal umpire to tell us what it is.
I think it's gone straight through unless it was, yep, no, all clear.
All clear. Well, we'll get this on the Bennett's Petroleum replay as the Roos sneak out to a 9-point margin on the Crips scoreboard. Have a look at this. Picked up nicely there by McCallum. And bent it around. It was almost touched there, and casual umpire down there just says, I think it went through. I'll just go and have a quick talk to the umpire.
Maybe they weren't sure if it was touched off the boot.
I reckon. But Tom McCallum with the goal. So 4-5-29 plays 6-2-38. Margin in favour of the Roos. In the middle of the ground, Murrell does really well. Battles through 2 or 3 tackles, and you can't do that. So Sam Voss will take the kick for the Tigers. Sends it down inside forward 50, coming to meet the footy. What a contest, going back with the flight. Beautifully worked out nicely here for the Tigers into Blackwell, but he sprayed it out of bounds on the full.
Got to watch those cars down there, Tubes.
Yeah.
I can see you've carefully parked your big van out of the way, so well done. But
the Jono's van.
Good pressure there by Clarence. Just caused the young fella there to kick it off the wrong side of the boot and out in the full.
Yeah, it was a brilliant contest there as we see that Holmes kick it over the top of his head to Hein Haycock. Down forward now, strong mark taken by Howard, handballs over the top to Kenner. Kenner goes back inboard in the middle. Here's a chance now for Connor Ryan, pushing the ball forward. Going back with the flight courageously was Zach Clark.
25 here.
No, umpire will say, cool it, fellas, cool your jets. What a great grab.
And what a great game. And just the skills of the boys bringing the ball up there so clean. They just run the position. They obviously practice this at training. Two very, very well drilled sides, Tubes. Absolute pleasure to cover this one, Tubes.
Yeah, it is. Zach Clark sends it down and a strong grab taken. He'll be pushed around on an angle right on the half-time siren is Liam Howard. Have a look at this for Bennett's. Bang, strong grab right on the siren. You can't come off your line. He must kick straight. And he sprayed it through for
out in the full. Gee.
No score. So, there we go. 4-5-29 to 6-2-38. That is your score here at halftime. It is a margin of 9 points in favour of the Roos. Goal kickers for Kingborough, 2 to Cameron Owen, 2 in that quarter. Alex Timbus has 1 and Sam Voss with 1. For Clarence, it was 2 to Tom Murrell, 1 to Colby Whitelaw, Tom McCullum with 1, Brody Glusky with 1, and Matthew Brick with 1 as well. We'll take a quick break here on the stream. It'll still go here. Half a game of footy in front of us, and what a second half we've got coming up here. Under 13s STJFL action live on Duff TV. Stick around. We'll be right back with the second half in just a few moments.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walked down the line, break your bread, born one.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians. In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walked down the line, break your bread and pour the wine.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walked down the line, break your bread and pour the wine.
Rightio, third quarter about to get underway here at Kingston Beach between these two great sides, the Kingborough Tigers and the Clarence Roos. STJFL action here at Kingston Beach. Under 13s, thanks to Bennett's Petroleum and Cripps, the Master Baker. These two sides are very evenly matched, and I'm very interested to see what happens in this second half. Umpire just checking, making sure everyone's off the field, including the runners and the water boys, but we're away. Big second half coming up right now. Ruck contest won by Hind Haycock out towards his teammate there, McCallum. Gets it forward. Rolling ball out in front of Voss. At the bottom of the pack there was that man, Jacob van der Cruyff. Trying hard at the bottom, still scrappy stuff, they can't get any use. Timbus with a bit of don't argue, then a big tackle. No free kick paid, play on was the call. McCallum gets his kick forward, rolling inside forward 50 for the first time for the Roos. Diving on it, and we'll see a ball up here.
So what'd you get up to at half-time there, Tubes? Did you go into the rooms or did you go to the canteen? I was hoping you might get a bit of a scoop on the...
Yeah, got a scoop. It's $5 for $2 potato cakes over at the canteen, Duff. That's what I got. Anyway, kicked out wide, nicely marked down there by Kane. Now they've got numbers out wide. Kicking long. Oh, that one's let him down because the Roos have chopped it off. But to balance it out, Duff, I just got a bottle of water. There we go.
I used to think that worked too, Tubes.
It does, yeah, it does. Nicely picked up there by McGee. Kick forward for the Roos. Leading the race down there is Massey, who got his kick away. And Brickick kicks forward, inside forward 50, but it's chopped off beautifully there by Ash Keach. Keach out wide. Tigers pick it up, ducking through the tackle was Wilson. Roos repel the attack. Coming through hard there was Voss.
Oh, what a kick.
Yeah, beautiful kick straight down the throat of Sawyers. He goes into the middle, finds this man Timbus. His disposals let him down a little bit today, and it's hit the post and gone out of bounds.
It's probably the one area of his game, Tubes, that he just needs to nail, and he'll be a complete player. He is strong, He's got great awareness. Just getting the ball onto the boot and steadying and kicking straight.
Yeah, he just needs to take that moment, doesn't he?
Yep.
As we see him come through hard here as he bends one back. Don't tell me! Right in our face, Duff, he said, oh, yeah. Fellas, don't be silly. I've got this covered. Have a look at this. Roved it beautifully off the ruck contest, then bent it round with a check side straight through the middle. We just need to close our mouths sometimes.
I think
Duff,
so, Tubes. I think we just
how about
let him go about his game out there, and we'll just keep doing what we do here.
Well, 3 points the difference. Timbus with an absolute ripping goal. Beautiful stuff. Ruck contest, one down. Timbus comes in, just sharks it, then uses his pace and his strength to get it away. That's a better kick going forward, but it's marked and chopped off by the Roos.
Both of these teams are so well drilled. You just have a look around and you see what the boys are doing when they haven't got the ball, Tubes.
Yeah.
You know, just Clarence had the ball then, and Kingborough were manning up, coming out of attack.
Simple stuff though, Duff, isn't it?
1%, as they say.
Kane gets tackled hard. Diving on the footy down there was Swan for the Tigers. In there as well as McCallum. And we'll see a ball up. .338 gone in this third term. Ruck contest. One down behind Haycock. Massey's in there, as is Kane. And the man at the bottom of the pack was Sam Voss. They do look really good when they get a bit of space, the Clarence boys, but Timbus comes through hard, uses those 3 steps, kicks long and strong, and don't. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Alex Timbus, and he's turned it on in this third term, Duff.
Well, he's just an impact player, isn't he?
Well, you see it here on the Bennett's replay, just those 3, 4, 5 steps of absolute power and explosion, and the bounce helped him out. And it rolls through for a goal. So he's hit the Cripps scoreboard twice in this term, 3 times for the game. Kenner can't get his handball away because it's sharked nicely by Swan.
Does that put them in front there, Tubes?
It does, Duff. 3 points in front, 6-5-41 to 6-2-38 on the Cripps scoreboard. 3 points the margin in favour of the Tigers. Kenner, Massey, Timbus gets tackled beautifully there by McCallum. What a battle that'd be. And we'll see a ball up at half forward for the Tigers. Scrappy stuff here. The umpire will come in and grab it again. These two coaches, Matty Lamprell and Trent Whitelaw, will be really happy with this game so far, Duff.
Oh, you'd have to be, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Both teams just playing in bursts.
Yep.
It's always going to be difficult when you're coming up against such good opposition as this boy. Timbers gets it onto the left.
Yeah, handballed off to that man Blackwell, who drove it inside forward 50. Around the corner kick. Here's a chance again. I think that's Undy down there. We'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, it is. It might be Harry Kane. Look at this strength. But what a great tackle there by McCallum. Then the kick forward there by Blackwell. Yeah, it was Undy. Logan Undy kicks his first. And the coach there, Matt Lamprell, doing a great job.
What's that, 3 in a row?
Yep. Now man out wide is Massey. Left it behind, just needed to gather there because he was out. Handball came out beautifully. Running through hard there. Nice work by Whitelaw. Popping it up inside forward 50. Down on the hands and knees is Wilson. Pops it up into the goal square. Clarence have had a couple like this already. Cleared there nicely by Finn Black. And it's gone out of bounds, so we'll see another ball in.
Yeah, good pressure there by the Tigers. They'll be happy with that result, Tubes.
Yeah, just to stem that attack inside forward 50 as we look across the bay there to Opossum Bay. Beautiful in the background. What an outlook.
You know your spots in Tassie, Tubes, because your role as the head salesman of
Jono's.
Jono's, what do you call yourself? Jono's?
Jono's Homemade.
Right.
Yep.
You get around Tasmania, don't you?
I do. I love Tasmania. It's a beautiful spot. Best place in the world. Timbers again. Has time. Kicks it off the ground. Only as far as that man, Connor Ryan. Handballed up. Pressure's huge here from the Tigers. Look at the Tigers, the yellow and black jumpers around the ball there. And the umpire will ball it up. And here he goes again. Timbers, the man of the moment. Kicks it a little bit too far. And the mark taken down there by Ohms.
Yeah, young Bryce plays cricket with my son Jack and
Does he?
Hobart, yeah, and state fast bowler.
Right.
Yep.
Bit of pace.
He is so good at bowling.
Yeah.
Beats the bat. He'll bowl his 10 overs and get his 2 for 13.
Yep.
Because they just can't see it.
Yeah, right. So here's Voss going long. Going back with the flight there was Whitelaw. Scooped it up and clearing again the Clarence boys. Out towards this man in Massey. Massey gets his kick away. Big tackle laid. Scooped up there by Kane. Kane on hands and knees does really well. Handball's down and the umpire's pulled a free kick. As we see, there's a man on hands and knees down there.
Down there, Tubes.
I think that's Swift or Sinnott, maybe.
Oh, what a grab.
Wow, strong mark there to Undy. They call him Lundy. Logan Undy is his name. So they call him Lundy. That's pretty cool. So we hear the choppers come in on the Venice replay. Look at that for a grab. Absolute ripper.
So you've got some of the nicknames in front of you there, have you, Tubes?
No, I just heard it. Heard it, Duff, yeah. I can give him nicknames. I'm really good at giving nicknames.
You can tell us how you got Tubes later on.
Yeah, one day, Duff. One day we'll get there. Here's a chance now for Ohms, who just clears the ball out of the area. Strong mark taken down there by McCallum. Oh, this might actually be Matt Brickick.
I think it is.
And the mark taken nicely there by Sinnott. Going back towards his teammate there in Wilson. Back in the middle of the ground. Racing ball here. Handball come up. Only as far as the Ruse. Oh, coming from nowhere was Sam Voss. And the Tigers go forward again. Oh, what a strong grab down there. He's taken a few like that today.
Yeah. He plays his cricket like this too. He's very cool, calm and collected. Quite, sort of a quiet boy, but I tell you what, can play sport.
Yep. Finds Kenner out wide. Now they need to bring the ball back into the corridor. They do, but it's all Tigers down here. Trying hard down there's Finn Black. It comes out to Aziz. And he's kicked the goal. Well, that was magnificent work. We'll check that out on the Bennett's Petroleum replay here. As the ball came in from Kenner. This kick here was great because it moved the ball back into the middle of the ground. Unfortunately, just couldn't scoop it up. But as is, kicked the goal. I think it was as is anyway. Back in the middle. Tigers here, 3 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. He's been caught holding the ball there, Timbus. Brilliant tackle by Glusky.
I've been happy with the umpiring. They've been very good, Tubes. They've paid the ones that are there and they've let those 50-50s go.
Yep.
Excellent effort by the umpires today in this match.
Murrell has it at half forward. Kicks long.
How's the kick? Beautiful, wasn't
beautiful. Sneaking in beautifully here. That's a clever kick. Handballed over the top there by Brickick. That is Tom Brickick. Tom went back in and got it. Got his handball away. No one's out there though, except for Timbus. Got tackled hard. Clever kick up.
Gee, they're going down, Tubes.
They are. Tom
We've got
Brickick.
3 down here. Look at this.
Yeah, they're all down.
Come on, boys.
Get up. Bit sore.
It's the premiership quarter here. Your team needs you.
Yep. 3 points the difference. 7-5-47 to 7-2-44 on the Cripps scoreboard. Timbus is there. Tackled the man without it. So it'll be a free kick going to Tom McCullum. Played on quickly. Touch ball play on. Brickick's down there as well. Got his handball away. 3 Tigers to beat, and they'll be happy to see it out. As we see the 2 Brickick boys there, Tom and, of course, Matty for Clarence.
I wonder if there's anybody around the canteen listening to our live stream, because I'm dying for a Savaloy, Tubes.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Love your Savs. Kicked forward by the Tigers. Strong grab taken there by Howard. Just beyond his distance, I would have thought. He pops it up. He's got a lot of journey on there. Oh, almost a mark taken down there by Cornelius. It's gone through for a behind. And we see another ankle of a man. We'll just see that in the replay, see if we can see something. He's pretty hurt.
He's kicked across the line, has he? I think he must have here. The umpire's going to just ball it up here right in the edge of the square here, Tubes.
Yep.
We've got a player down here who's hurt himself. He's just getting up, though.
Yeah. The runner's out there. We just saw a little twist. 2 minutes to go. 2 points the difference. Kicked away. It's coming straight back. Couldn't take the mark. Was Connor Ryan. Goes back and gets it. Does really well to pop it up to that hot spot. No mark taken. Timbus and Co are down there. Undy gets it away. Rolling ball through the fingertips of the Tigers players. Does really well there. Alex Steele to get his kick away. Trying hard as well as Blackwell. Gets boofed off the ball by Connor Ryan, who goes back and gets it. He's got 3 or 4 to beat, and he's be happy to see it over the line there. 14 minutes gone in this third term.
Players looking for a break here. It's starting to get a little bit tired. This will test the fitness of both sides.
It absolutely will, Duff, because it's been played at a really furious pace. Massey been caught holding the ball though, so a free kick going the way of the Tigers. It'll be Nick Wilson to take it. Clever kick. And it's gone out of bounds again. Right in front of the Duff TV box.
Give us a wave if you want in a minute, Tubes. You ready? There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's real.
I'm a real human being. Anyway, Blackwell. Over the back.
You got the heater on in there, Tubes?
Yeah, I have. And it'll stay inside. Timbus there. It is half-time here at Kingston Beach.
Three-quarter.
It is, sorry, three-quarter time. 7-5-47 to 7-3-45. 2 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. And our last quarter is going to be an absolute beauty. Goal kickers for Kingborough. Timbers with 3, 2 rippers in that quarter. Cam Owen with 2, Logan Undy with 1, and Sam Voss with 1. For Clarence, it was Tom Murrell with 2, Kobe Whitelaw with 1, Tom McCullum with 1, Bailey Aziz with 1, Brody Glusky with 1, and Matthew Brickick with 1 as well. We'll be right back here with the 4th term in just a few moments. Stick around here on Duff TV. We'll be right back.
Try to find the perfect time.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time. Walk down the line, break your bread and pour the wine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is a final term to end this game, and it is a real arm wrestle here at Kingston Beach. 2 points the difference, as we see the boys from Sandy Bay getting ready for their game straight after this. In front of us.
There he is, the weapon, Jack Duffy. Look
Jack
at that.
Duffy.
Big number 1.
Taking the number 1. Interesting. But
we've got the big Ross.
Yeah, big Ross the Barry. He loves the thumbs up too. But anyway, the game here is STJFL under-13s between Kingborough and Clarence. About to get started for the final time. Umpire just waiting for the boys to clear the field. We are, of course, streaming across the nation thanks to Bennett's Petroleum and Cripps the Master Baker.
Big crowd here, Tubes.
Yeah,
today.
it really is building, isn't it, Duff?
Yeah. Look at this.
Yep.
Be a good 300 or 400 people here at this match, I think.
Yep.
And the Sandy Bay boys from the under-14s just holding the whole day up here.
Yeah, come on, boys. Just jump the fence, fellas.
There they go. The entourage from the Sandy Bay team. Here we go, Tubes.
Rightio, away. Final term here. S2JFL under-13s, Kingborough and Clarence. We're in a real arm wrestle, and this is what they want. This is the start they want. Off to McCallum. Down long inside forward 50. Running back with the flight there was Waters. He did really well. It's picked up nicely there by Whitelaw. Can't quite get his kick away. Here goes Tom Murrell. He's a goal kicker, and he goes long into the pocket, and a mark taken down there by Brickick.
Oh, gee, it must have been close to the boundary line.
Yeah, it would have been.
Umpire right on it, though, so
Yep.
must have just marked it inside. What would you do here, Tubes? Well, we know you've got no left foot, so you couldn't run around like that.
Come on, Duff. What a goal! Wow! Matt Brickick from the pocket kicks an absolute beauty, and we might go right back to the centre because it was a great start by the Clarence Roos. Have a look at this. Straight out of the middle from McCallum, thanks to Bennett's. Big long kick inside forward 50. What I really liked was Tom Murrell out here in the corner in the pocket. This kick was smothered, got a handball off. Murrell ducked back inside, shrugged the tackle, then kicked long, and a strong mark down there to Brickick. Whether it was out of bounds, we don't know. We're not on the hot spot, but the umpire down there was. Then he went back, and we were talking a bit of rubbish here, and he kicked an absolute beauty. Look at this, spin it round, goal. That's his second. Back live now. Back in the middle of the ground. Lundy got his handball away. Not 15 play on. Tigers really need to lift here. Umpire comes in and says, I'll have it. Thanks, boys. Let's ball it up.
Beautiful day now, Tubes. Very cold this morning. The under-12s are knocking the dew off the ground, but
they really were.
Sun's out. It's almost perfect conditions. I'd say that'd be a dry ball out there, wouldn't it?
It would be, as Kenner kicks it around the corner in the path of this man, Cornelius, who left it behind, and that'll be a free kick going the way of the Tigers. Play on with the advantage. Big long kick forward. Trying hard down there, the Tigers. They just need to get numbers around the ball. Kenner comes away with it. He kicks it long. Up to forward 50. Coming out hard there was Wilson. Got time, strength off that half-back line, and taking a mark on the knees. Absolute beauty was that man, Connor McGee. Oh, his head flung back like he was getting whiplash. Comes out to Ohms.
Cool, calm and collected, isn't he?
Yep. Tigers look a little tired here. They've been going flat out. Handball came up. Nicely worked by McMahon. This one will roll out of bounds for a ball in.
Well, of course, the Clarence players have got the advantage in that they've got the Howrah and Belrive Beach to run.
Yep.
And if you run that, it's about 6 Ks, Tubes, because I've done it myself.
Yep.
And, of course, down here, they've only got the one beach.
Yeah.
So maybe the Kingston boys are not as fit.
Oh, well, that's a big call. That's a big call, Duff.
Is that a good theory?
The beach theory, we'll call it. Gluski kicks in long. Almost a push in the back there, strong by Wilson. He's burrowing underneath. He got his handball up. Tackled by Murrell. Came out to that man there in Zach Clark around the corner. Which way will it bounce? It bounces cruelly. A little bit of a leg break, and Captain Casual goal umpire comes in and says,
nothing phases me.
Nothing phases me, and I'll wave the flag like a pro.
Oh, he's kicked across the line
out
again.
of line. We'll get a Bennett's replay on that one.
Gee, this is a harsh rule, isn't it, Tubes?
Yeah, you can just see, encroach the mark there.
If there was one rule I'd like to let them just, maybe be a little bit easier on, it's that one, but he's doing it by the book and he's...
Well, there has to be a rule, doesn't there, Duff?
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no point having the square.
Yeah, you're right.
Brickick got his kick away. Good to see that man out there, Timbus, get his handball away. It's gone over the boundary for a behind.
Tell you what, he won't do it a second time.
So 6 points the difference. Could we see a draw here, Duff?
Oh, gee. You like the AFL?
Yeah. Really even contest here.
Unless you were watching the box last night with my Saints were just a little bit too good for Richmond.
How good was that, Duff, for
what
you?
Have we got here, Tubes? We've got a... No, play on.
Play on was a call, yeah. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, Tigers now with pace, has a bounce. This is great work. Yeah, this is Henry Kane. He's had 2 bounces, now just needs to steady. Beautifully worked down inside forward 50. Bailey as is down there, trying hard. Out comes the big man there, Archie Sawyer's got his handball off to Kane around the corner, but the marker right on the last line of defence in a quarterback role for the Roos.
Gee, that was a great run, wasn't it, down in front of us there?
Yep, strong grab taken there by Ohms. No one up the wing here, so he'll look inboard or bomb it long. He chooses the ladder. Couldn't quite take the mark there was Howard. Undy's in there. And that one will go out of bounds on the full off the foot of Timbus.
Thought it might have been touched, but no, free kick to Clarence. Look at the big 32 on the mark.
Yeah, he's big unit. That is Jacob van der Kroof. He goes long. Tigers with the numbers. Picked up by Lamprell. Now the Roos have it. Out wide. Kick long. Into the middle of the ground. Back inboard. Strong long kick. Down by Shivers. Finds Whitelaw. Swings around quickly. Going back with the flight courageously was Zach Clark. And he'll have a shot. Look at this for a grab. Didn't really care about the post and everything. Didn't they love it on the boundary line there in the Bennett's replay?
Just great football, Tubes.
Yeah.
That's just great coaching. They practice that, Tubes. That's not a fluke.
Oh, and he hasn't even tried the bend. He's just gone straight at it. And Zach Clark kicks his first. And it is scores are... No, hang on. No, it's a 9-point difference to the Roos here. Sorry, our scoreboard's just been affected there. Little push and shove there. Maybe a free kick in the middle of the ground. Not sure.
No, we've got a goal, Tubes.
Yep, no.
After a goal, they bring the ball back to the middle.
Yeah, I know. We're just trying to fix the scoreboard here, Duff. 59 plays 47, 9 points the difference. Jerry's on top of it. Handballed out. Oh, a little contest there. Should go the footy. Now the Tigers have time. Goes long. Strong grab down there by Blackwell. That is great.
That is a really good mark for a little fella playing in front. It's excellent.
Chopping off the ball there beautifully was the Clarence player in Connor McGee. And it'll be a ball up here at half forward for the Tigers.
Definitely a healthy rivalry building between these two sides.
Oh,
Tubes.
yeah,
But under 14s next year, then they'd no doubt slip straight into the under 16A and under 18s and then the senior footy. And who knows, there might be a couple of players just might get drafted from this group of boys we're
Here
watching.
comes Timbers, sends one down in towards forward 50 towards Owen, but it's gone out of bounds. It's hit the post. So a ball up inside forward 50, right inside that pocket.
What's the score check there, Tubes? I can't see
On the
it.
Cripps scoreboard, it is 7-5-47 to 9-5-59. A 9-point difference to the Roos, sorry. This ball just stays in. It's picked up nicely there by Gluski. He goes long. It's at the base of the pack here. Kane is trying hard for the Tigers. Scooped up there. Here he goes again, Henry Kane. And it's caught holding the ball. He sends someone away to get it for him. We'll have another look at that tackle. Have a look at that. Beautiful tackle there by Tom Murrell. And then he just sent the people who said, go and get my footy. Brickick has it at centre wing, right in front of the Duff TV van. Big one over the back. Here's a chance for McCallum. He'll gather beautifully. Chips up. Diving on it. Comes out there now to Glusky, who drives it in towards Whitelaw. Whitelaw's got time and space, just dribbles it and dribbles it home for a goal. Let's wait for the goal umpire. Hands out of pockets and the two fingers come out. And Whitelaw kicks his second and extends that lead.
Have you ever seen a goal umpire have his hands in his pockets?
We're just having a look at the Bennett's replay. Captain Casual, bang. There it is, goal. He does a great job down there. The volunteers, of course, doing a wonderful job.
We're only taking the mickey, aren't we, Tubes?
Of course. So 10-5-65 plays 7-5-47. 3 goals the difference.
You'd think they're home now.
Yeah, you would. Back in the middle. Undy wins the ruck contest down. Big tackle there laid by Liam Howard. And what a battle we've seen between Howard and Timbers today. Nice long kick, inside forward 50 again. Here's a chance over the back for that man, Zach Clark. Point. He gives us nothing, that goal umpire.
Tell you what,
I like it.
Tell you what he does do, though, Tubes. He always gives the correct decision.
He does. He's a great umpire, thanks to Bennett's.
Is he with Clarence or Kingborough? I'm not sure.
I think he's just walking up the beach here.
Yeah, they said, hey, mate, can you come and do this? He said, yeah, okay then. Yeah, do I have to?
Yep. So handy point there, Duff, because if Kingborough get 3 goals, they lose by a point, so they need 4 goals. Quick kick out. Blackwell couldn't quite take the mark. Diving on the footy down there, Steele. Kick forward again by the Tigers. Here they come. Can they get a couple of goals here to make it interesting? It is out there for that man, Pat Kenner. Driven forward by the Roos. Picked up again by the Roos and kicked, but the smother. And we'll see a ball up.
They'll sleep well, these boys.
Yeah, it's been a really good battle.
That's been a great game.
I think Liam Howard and Tom McCallum's been very, very good. Lusky and Patches, Brickick, Whitelaw's kicked a couple. Here's a chance for Blackwell. Dodges through one, then just gets caught. He says, let's hold hands. And a beautiful tackle down there by Bryce Holmes.
We did the right thing trying to take it on, Chief.
Oh, yeah, you got it. This time of the game. McCallum.
He probably looked up and there was nothing there and tried to maintain possession, and Clarence just building once again here.
Absolutely. Oh, there's a mark. No, not paid. Yeah, he's paid it. And the boys from Kingborough are upset about it, but I thought it was a mark. We'll have a look in the Bennett's replay here. Harry Cornelius took the mark. There it was. He had a fair amount of purchase on that one.
Tell you what, I like the work of the umpire here. He's really asserting himself, saying, this is what happened, boys. Get on with it. Right on the money, Tubes.
Yep. Oh, he's hit the post.
Just a little bit of friendly fire. We don't mind a bit of that, Tubes. It's okay.
A tough kick from that angle, Duff. Kick comes out. Connor Ryan's played a great game today. Still there. A little bit of push and shove. Nick Wilson's done really well too for the Tigers. They're both very tight units, these two sides.
Oh, yeah, you can sense that.
So the mark taken here by Ohms, who's been very good today as well. Transfers the play in towards McGee. Running through hard there is Kane. He uses his pace to get away. Aziz is down there. Gets his kick, then kicks it to himself. They thought it was going over his head. Aziz does really well to just keep his eye on the Sharon. Then kept going. Here's a chance now for him to get his kick away into the middle of the ground. Tapping over the top. Tigers with 1 on 5. They get their kick forward, but the Roos have numbers around the footy again. Clever tap on there by McGee. Out backwards by Vandercroft. And it's picked up and cleared by Howard. Howard towards Ryan. Ryan gets his handball off to McCallum. And it's gone out of bounds. And they've called deliberate.
What'd you think about that, Tubes?
I always think that if someone is under pressure, then you can't say where that kick's going to go. A little push out there, it'll be a free kick going the way of the Roos.
I'm giving these umpires 9.5 out of 10, Tubes.
Yeah, look,
They've done a wonderful job.
I just don't know how I feel about that rule. Like, obviously the umpires have to play the rule, but the rule itself, I'm not sure how I feel about it. He's done really well down here, Zach Clark. Got away with it.
Write a letter, Tubes.
I don't think so, Duff. Anyway, a free kick will go to the Tigers here for dropping the ball. 20 points the difference here.
What's the time clock there, Tuba? Can't be long.
15 seconds to go, according to me. And Jerry, of course. Big mark taken down there by Timbus, who's battled hard all day, but he's been warned by Liam Howard in the last half.
Yeah, he's probably hasn't been as damaging in this quarter.
And there it is. It is full time here. 7-5-47 Kingborough to Clarence 10-7-67. Clarence running out 20-point victors in the end. Goal kickers for Kingborough, it was 3 to Alex Timbus, 2 to Cam Owen, 1 to Logan Undy and Sam Voss. For Clarence, it was 2 to Tom Murrell, Colby Whitelaw and Matt Brickick. Singles to Zach Clark, Tom McCallum, Brody Glusky and Bailey Aziz. I think it could have been him or Tom Brickick who kicked that goal in the third term. But the Roos winning by 20 points here. And what a game we had there, Duff. Little push and shove there, but I think these boys all know each other, don't they?
Yeah, then some of them probably go to school. Yeah, just a bit of friendly fire,
Yeah.
bit of fun, really, Tubes.
Well, this is what it's all about, shaking
Isn't
hands
it?
at the end of the game. And these boys will be up and about come finals, I would suggest, Duff.
No doubt. I think, what is it, 1 versus 4 today, was it?
Right. So those Kingborough with a bit of work to do there, but they certainly held their own for at least 3 quarters. We must thank our sponsors, Bennett's Petroleum and Cripps the Master Baker, for making this all happen. Terrific to see them getting on board for junior footy right across the state of Tasmania. But repeating, it is a 20-point victory to the Clarence under-13. Duff, thanks for having us along here today.
Oh, great having you here, Tubes. Great job, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, Tuber.
Yes, I'm off now, so we've got some more footy coming up here at Duff TV, but thanks for having me. My name is Tubes Taylor. Until we see you next time, take care and bye for now.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walk down the line, break your bread and pour wine.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time.
today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walked down the line, break your bread and pour the wine.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, wandering, try to find the perfect time.
It's a lovely Sunday afternoon here in Kingston. We're at Kingston Beach Oval, a very famous ground. No longer home to the Tigers, who played for many years, but it is home to junior football, Southern Football League round 11. And we've got the Kingborough under-14 team versus Sandy Bay under-14s as they're preparing to battle it out in this big match. And let's see the names coming up. Under-14 Kingborough team. They've got a few stars out today, heading Packham and Fair. Two of those players have gone up to the under-16s, and Fair, the centre-half forward, is out today for Sandy Bay. And the Kingborough side, some very good players and some famous local names in that group of players. Richard Lancaster is the coach of the Kingborough under-14s. It's been a wonderful morning of football here at Beach Oval. Sun is out, the ground is in tremendous conditions, and we've had a couple of quite close and entertaining games of football over the course of the morning. Some of the other players for Kingborough that might be becoming a bit of a feature today. Lovell, very handy. Lawless, Ross, and Sammy Lancaster, probably some of the better players. For Sandy Bay, well, the man on the camera's young lad is on there. Has been at some stages assisting us in the commentary box. Jack Duffy, bit of a thug by all accounts. Although I think he just wanders around the pack and looks for loose handballs.
He does.
Yeah.
Gets easy kicks down in the goal square.
Yeah, yep.
And just a correction to the teams there. It looks like young Charlie Parnham he is actually saddling up here for the 14. So
Okay.
that's a big in for Sandy Bay.
Yep.
Very steady player. And we're actually going to be joined in the commentary box too by none other than Ben Harrison, Ben's just going to go down to the van there, Ben, and put the headset on and say good day to the boys. So an interesting game. Now, the last time these two teams met here, Aaron, I think Kingborough won on the last kick of the day. So, and they've been really improving the last few rounds. They've had a couple of good wins. So it should be very, very interesting to see how this match goes.
Yep. We're a few minutes away. We've got Ben Harrison on my right-hand side is going to be joining us today in the coverage. A man very much involved with the Kingborough Football Club. Ben just getting himself sorted there. He's got his entourage outside, just ushering him into the commentary van. Ben, welcome.
Thanks very much. Beautiful day here at Kingston Beach Oval. Never any different.
Bit of bias potentially there, Ben.
Never any, well connected to all these players. Look after a lot of the Sandy Bay boys in my role as one of the football coaches at Hutchin School, so be pleased to see them all doing really well.
Fantastic.
Should be a good game, Ben. Now, the last time they played a couple of months ago, I was just saying to the viewers, I think Kingborough got up on the last kick of the day. Was that right?
Yes, they did. Yeah, both myself and Andrew Scott made a critical move at the end of the game and paid off well, Duff.
All right, we're away here at the Beach Oval and pretty scrappy as a lot of players going in really tight. Sammy Lancaster was really hard there. Now the ball's just knocked out the back and a potential for young Walters just to bring it on. But the kick's probably not to the advantage of the Tigers. And it's going to be repelled here by the Sandy Bay Seagulls out to centre wing. Nicely moving is Spiden and he knocks the ball over to Golding. Pops out to young Lynch. Now the ball could be cleared. It's just a lot of players just finding a little bit of their feet there.
And then
coming through was Spiden again. A defensive mark taken by the Tigers.
And another big in, I've just noticed him, he's actually out there. Sam Henning, number 11, the captain, the centre half, or is he centre half back, is playing for the Bay.
Yeah, did notice number 11.
What about that one, Ben?
Just some smokes and mirrors there. I think Gene Fair playing a few games in the selection committee there, but Sam Henning, a fantastic player. He'll do a great job.
Nice tackle there by Stevenson. He got his man wrapped up very well, and then the kick goes into around about 20 metres out from goal, and it's just snuck to the right-hand side of the point, and we've got the first score on the board for the Tigers.
Good quick movement into the forward line there, Hugh Van Hulst. He's a really good athlete and a developing footballer, only really just started back into footy this year, doing well.
Now, kicks returned in. Chance for Kingborough. Shot on goal. Should be touched on the line, and it is. Nice bit of defensive work by Hillard Mail there.
Yeah, Darby's only second year of footy and really improving player. It's just great to see these young boys come on, isn't it, Ben?
Yes, no, they're doing well. Not enough leg power there from Harrison. Obviously didn't have enough wheat bix in the breakfast this morning, so...
Oh, quite critical. All right, so back in the forwards. Walters again, that's his second touch.
Bounce on here, yep.
Picked up by Lovell. Lovell lays the tackle. That's a good tackle. Shot on goal. And that could be the first. I think that
Sammy
was Lancaster.
Yep.
Sammy just sneaking in. He had his body facing the goal, and a very handy start here for the Tigers.
Really good physical pressure we'll see in the replay here from Connor Lovell. Holding the ball back, so defensive pressure in the forward line critical. Lancaster happy to bend over, pick it up, and gets the 6 points on the board.
Lovely signalling there on the Bennett's Petroleum replay.
Now, Aaron, we just need to get that mic into your mouth, mate, so we can hear the dulcet tones just a bit stronger for the viewers.
How are we going there, Duff?
Oh, mate, now we've got you.
We've got me. All right, so a couple of boys fly high there. Rose was in as well. There's Jack Duffy just lurking nicely in the middle of the pack. Quick out by Roberts, gets a little bit forward. Shepherd tries to win it.
Heading showing strength there.
Heading gets his first touch, sneaking back into the team.
Jackson Todd playing in front in the back line as he always does. Very, very valuable player, plays well above his size. Ball out of bounds there in front of the Sandy Bay coach's box. So the brains trust there. Going to come up with something with a little bit of a move in the moment.
Ball up centre wing. No one really wins it down. Spiden again for his being present early. And Van Hulst. Going to be a good name to call throughout the day. And a free kick here to the Tigers, centre wing.
Pulled one out. Will Code now to drive them long into their attack. There's a good kick. Golding pushing back, eyes only for the football. Probably could have been rewarded there. Little tap out, bump on. Done a good job there. He's got the head over the football as always. Jack Ross coming through now. So they're trying to move the ball out of half-back. Lancaster had plenty of it early. Good contest coming here. And a great mark there by Jacob Jimmy Glover. Driving the ball long forward. He's seen Ellis out on his own. Has he got help? Doreen in there trying to work hard. Ball heading towards the boundary line. Oh, probably he's got a little bit of a nudge there in the side.
Is that a free kick? I think it, no.
Letting that one go.
Gee.
So Bagali now, another push out. Looks like a front on. Might have been a free kick. No.
Yeah, he's probably a bit stiff there.
Yeah, very unlucky. All right, we're away again. Number 25 in Lynch. Wobbles the ball at the boundary line, but it's not far enough, and it's going to go over again. And the umpire will have to do a little bit more work on that far side of the ground.
Young Tom Roberts was probably, as we said, unlucky to get the footy. He's been really impressive in the games I've seen for Sandy Bay. Effort always around the contest.
He's the spiritual leader. He's just been unbelievable since the under-8s, little Tommy Roberts. And there he is on the right of screen. The smallest player out there for Sandy Bay. You watch this boy go in and under all day. And it's got quite explosive pace, Ben, and very strong in the core for a little fella.
There he is. He picked it Duff straight away. They're onto him, though.
Yeah, a bit of contested ball. Just a shove off there by Walters. Another touch for him. The quick kick out by Dalton, but didn't go far enough. And the Tigers have an entry here into their forward 50, but a nice defensive.
Here's our man. He's had the stats at the moment, Duff.
He's got 4 kicks already, Roberts.
Keep a stat on him, Jerry, just on his stats.
We'll just keep her roving. Oh, there's a throw. Looked like a game at Newcombe ball as that ball was quickly passed out.
That's the shovel, I think. We call that the under-14 shovel.
Yeah,
working hard on their handballs. Little sling in the end of that tackle, but not quite enough by the look of things. There's the Seagull himself, Brad Lawless. Can he get his hands on it? Once again in there, I think that was Tommy doing the work again. Out to Charlie Parnham. Fantastic traditional halfback, Charlie Parnham. You'll see a lot of hard defensive work from him. Another good player in the contest.
We need some effects, Mike, there, Jerry. Bring her up, mate.
We've got a ball up here. Tacking around about 35 out from the Tigers' goal.
Glover winning the tap. Golding there on the bottom of the pack, and I think he's won the free kick, just probably taken without it.
Golding now, halfback for Sandy Bay under 14s. Been prominent early. Nice looking kick, kicks it up the centre wing, but that's a great mark.
The big red.
Jack Ross, the Rock of Gibraltar, centre halfback, over the top of Lovell. Lawless, here he is, always around, and that's got through. Just out the back, Eddie Betts style, he loves it.
Great goal.
He's done some work on that that little presentation of the hairstyle this morning, and I would know, of course, about working the hairstyle early in the morning. But
when was the last time you had to work your hairstyle in the morning, Ben?
Probably the last time I had those blue and white colours on for Sandy Bay, which would have been back in about 1994. So not too much on the power bill for the blow dryer in the Harrison household.
All right, we've got to restart. Kingborough got a couple of goals early. A very positive start from them. A couple of players going. Roberts again trying to win the football. The umpire's letting it go at the moment.
Lancaster good underneath.
And now it's a clearing kick out of the middle of the ground. It goes up to centre half forward.
Glover, great attack.
Dalton gets it in quick. Chance in the forward pocket. A couple of players around the ball. And is that going to be one out there by, I think it's Lovell. Roberts again trying to lurk in there. And now the Sandy Bay finally get a bit of run out of fence, but it's not for long.
Wouters from long range.
Wow, that's a decent kick from Wouters.
Oh, there he is. Look at him. Bradley Lawless.
Now we hope the umpire brings him round on the angle here.
Did he mark? I think he marked that in the square. You might see that in the replay, in the Ben's Petroleum replay. And there's another for the Tigers, and they're kicking away here. 3 goals to 20. And the Lions yet to go past the halfway mark of the ground.
Just probably need to pay a little bit of attention there to the players getting that one out the back. And we do see it a lot in this age where there is that smaller player who probably the defender doesn't mark with quite as much attention, and they get that opportunity to sneak out the back, get the ball over the back, and that's a great finish from Brad.
Well, there we go. The Bennett's Petroleum replay showing the nice mark and a comfortable kick as Sandy Bay, desperate as Spiden, tries to win it out, but the Tigers have the numbers around it again. Is that a free kick for Dalton?
Yep, Jackie Dalton.
Yep. So Dalton has a free kick.
Another terrific defender, Jack Dalton.
Whoa,
yeah, looks like they've got him on ball here today. This is another improving player for Sandy Bay. This is Fergus Shepherd in what I think is his 3rd year of footy.
Shepherd now
He's got a nice boot on him.
Attacking side of centre wing. Kicks it to a very large pack, and there's a mark over the back. Spiden, or is it a push out? No.
Oh, gee, it's a push out now. I was just going to say, Nettie.
See the hands in the back. It might not have been Spiden, actually.
Yeah, might have been against the big DeBarry there.
DeBarry just with his hands came through late.
But you want to keep a lookout for Spiden. He has got X factor, Ben.
He sure has. He sure has. We have that acknowledgement for him in the Hutchins middle school team, and he's a super player.
Another boy here too. This is Elroy Shepherd. He's been out with it. The first game back. He's been out for most of the year with a wrist injury, and haven't Sandy Bay missed this boy. This is Elroy, I think, on the list, is it, lads?
Yeah, Elroy Shepherd now having a shot on goal to try and get one back, and it's straight over the cap of the umpire if he was wearing one. And the Kingborough have got a couple of goals there, 3 goals to finally Sandy Bay under 14s. Get there first. They're 1 goal straight 6. And the replay here.
He'll be very happy with that. He's been out all year. He's in fact the captain of the side, and I think Sam Henning is the vice captain. He's done a great job filling in, but they've really missed Elroy. So good goal, 3 goals to 1.
Yeah, that was wasn't the greatest of hand to foot situations for the kick, but as long as it goes straight, and that's what it was. So Kingborough 3 goals to Sandy Bay have got their first on the board.
Yeah, in the back there.
Not happy with the attention. Lancaster as well too. Just said good morning to Ned Spiden.
Kicks to centre half forward. Big climb. Couldn't quite work it into his hands was Glover. Glover now, well, that's nearly a throw. Both his hands are being tackled then, and somehow he released the ball. It's gone out now to the forward flank. There's a little high tackle by Golding.
Yeah, George Stevenson didn't enjoy the attention there from Golding.
It was a little high
there's
from
Lovell
Golding.
again with that extra pressure in the forward line, but I reckon he might have just overdone it.
It was a good intention from Lovell, but just as he was going in against Golding, Golding sort of just ducked his body.
Any relation to Kieran Lovell there, Benny?
There's
lots of
certainly is a connection, but he's certainly he's the son of the great football and cricketer Heath Lovell out of the Huon. So great Huonville player, Heath Lovell. Connor really developing well. He's been given that forward post this year by Richard and Andrew.
Good job on that occasion was Walters, as he managed to get slung but still kicked the ball forward. Now clearly running around was Glover, but it's been smothered over the boundary line.
One of the things we will see here at this level of footy, the boys are still really learning. You can see there's really the willingness to turn in the contest and try and kick, whereas a lot of us as coaches are still trying to get the players to run past and get that handball coming out the back. So it's something that they keep working on, and we really need to get them ready for that as their next level of footy comes.
It certainly will come on under 16s. They certainly are able to.
They're great at it, aren't they?
Yeah, their bodies actually face the right direction. A lot of it's about where your feet are. But anyway, we're up to half forward here. There's 3-on-1 situation. So that'll allow the Seagulls to get the ball forward. Now they've got an opportunity running around. Baldwin nearly fell. I should say Baldwin. I should say it's Shepherd drives the ball forward, but it's to the left-hand side, and it's out of bounds on the full. But that was a nice passage. And there was a 3-on-1 at centre wing, which created an opportunity to go forward there for Sandy Bay.
Ball comes driven out of the back line, and Ellis, who's one of the prime movers and would be doing very, very well in the Beakley voting, I'd suggest, at this stage in Kingborough games so far. That's bounced off the big chest there. The bang, out we come. Brumby Smalley, can he get it away? He has. Who's hunting there for us? That's Will Code. He's a good mover as well, too. Got a good kick on him if he can break away from the clutches of Golding up forward. And Glover. The reach.
Just a bit taller, isn't he, Glover? He had the advantage there from behind, and unfortunately Turnbull just didn't have the arm length there, or the reach to be able to spoil.
Nice clutch, wasn't it?
Yeah, great clutch. And now he's lining up directly in front, and it looks pretty good. It's another one for the Tigers.
He finishes well, Jacob Glover. Lovely set of hands, and he's also a very good mover, good athlete. Good young cricket prospect as well too. Very good young batter. Someone to watch in the future coming out of this community.
I like his style on goal. Nice and relaxed. Just lift that little pinky finger up. 20 out directly in front. And there's the Bennett's Petroleum replay showing how good Glover is in front of goal with a set shot.
So he's a little bit taller than Charlie there. I'm not quite sure who you can put on him. We know Charlie Parnham's got the smarts with footy, so maybe he's just got to stand back, give him a metre and sort of run and jump at him. What do you reckon, Ben?
I reckon I would have moved Henning there by now for sure as the key matchup.
Okay.
So just watch for that one.
All right, so we're in the middle of the ground and running out is Sandy Bay, but unfortunately today, just turn it over, just an extra handball required, and the ball's won by Cove. Now, back half of the ground, there's a couple of string of handballs, a little bit of rung through centre wing, a long kick up, Glover again, can't quite get it out. Now his opponent goes to his ground, just needed to stay upright, couldn't stay it, and now there's an opportunity again for Tigers as that's kicked towards the dangerous square, nearly popped over the back, swinging onto his right foot, and another one to the Tigers.
Lawless again. So interesting to see there, the kick forward came from Alex Timbus, who's just come up from the previous under-13 game. So as we come in, of course, STJFL teams always need a couple of extras on hand when it comes to school holiday time, and Alex Timbus come up. Good driving kick in there. There he is again.
Interesting, Lawless, 2 goals he's kicked. He's actually been behind, but then got in front of the pack. So just not getting a body on him at the moment and not aware where he is. And some smart, very smart roving, and that's his 3rd goal. 32-6. Early attacking start here for the Tigers late in this first quarter. 5 goals to 32 to 1 goal straight 6. And Sandy Bay have a lot of work to do here early in this vital clash for both sides in this under-14. And we've got a free kick, a little hold off the ball, and it's going to be a Tigers free kick in the middle of the ground.
So Matty Doreen takes it out here now to the club room's wing, finds Callum Ellis. Push back, try and move the ball quickly if they can here, the Tigers. Get it into that forward line, and that's a great mark by Timbus, who, as I said, has just come up. He's played on the siren.
All right, and that's a wrap for the first quarter. Under-14 football here at Beachside Oval. Down under sunny conditions in Kingston, and it's Kingborough with a fly. They're 5 goals to 32, and the visitors, Sandy Bay, just the 1 goal, 6, and a bit of a deficit at the moment. Kingborough just had too many good movers through the middle of the ground, too many turnovers. The goal kickers at the moment, Lawless, the little fella up forwards, kicked 3. Sammy Lancaster got the first with 1, and Jacob Glover clutched 1 and had a set shot. He's kicked the other. And for Sandy Bay, Elroy Shepherd did a nice work. He got the kick on goal. A wobbly one, had another shot late in the quarter, which missed to the left. But at the moment, Kingborough, they're in front, and they're leading away here in this early stages of this under-14 clash.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time.
Welcome back. Second quarter here in Kingston. Kingborough away. 5 goals, 2-32, and a really exciting and very energetic start. And Sandy Bay, just the 1 goal from them.
Here he is.
They really battled hard.
Look at this for a unit.
And number 1, the thug himself, young Jack Duffy, one of the Duffettes. I think he's been too close to the ball yet. He's been trying to sniff around the pack. He's needs to probably get into the game a bit at the moment. On my right-hand side, Ben Harrison. He's joining us today in the commentary box. We're live on Duff TV. We've got one of the Funkin' Martindales next to be on the V-Mix. The Duffette up the top, enjoying the sunshine at the moment. He's got his cap on, protecting him from some midwinter sun. And we've got Bennett's Petroleum are our supporters today. As we're away in the middle of the ground as the ball's tapped forward. Was a big crash going in. I think that was Marsh getting whacked on the ground. And now, Big Glover comes out.
Yeah, so Jacob Glover on the ball from half forward, kicks it long into the forward line, and there he is again. It's the man of the moment. Bradley Lawless already kicked 3 in the first quarter. This time he wasn't out the back, just sitting perfectly in front of the Robbie Kiss scoreboard.
I like the way he pushed his chest out. He's walking back there.
Oh, yes, he's got that little bit of a strut going on, Brad Lawless. And look at that. Spot on again.
How's that? Lawless has kicked 4 in the first 16.5 minutes of football. And he's roved a couple, and now he's got 1 in the lead. He's showing all the tricks of the trade at the moment for a small forward.
Up and about too, just brushing that quaff across.
The quaff. Well, the Bennett's Petroleum replay there. Very nice job. We've got the Crips scoreboard showing us that Kingborough are away and dominating early. Battaglia did a good job in trying to win that one. Spiden desperately lays a tackle, as does Roberts, but it's won by the Tigers.
So Kane Wouters now, the ruckman, takes it again forward. Glover trying to reach from the back, didn't quite get the clutches on that one. Battling hard at ground level. Joe Harrison tries to get a handball away. Locks on to Sam Henning. Ball coming out again from Sandy Bay from defence. Looks like Spiden cleared it. Good contest coming on over here. James Fielding leading in the race, trying to get down and pick it up. Kane Wouters to help if he can. Just a little nudge there in the back. He'll look to move it quickly now. He has opened it up into the half-forward line. Lancaster again moving well. Centres the ball now, has seen the opportunity. Or Stevenson couldn't quite lock on. So the long sleeve twins there. Matt Doreen's got onto it and picks out Glover again in front of the Tigerland scoreboard. Great grab there. Bennett's Petroleum replay. Fantastic to see the support of this initiative by Duff, by Bennett's Petroleum. So well done, Troy and the team out there. And of course, we acknowledge as well too the magnificent support of Cripps the Master Baker to the STJFL, and of course the naming rights sponsor of the Kingborough Tigers Football Club. And the shot from Glover is all clear.
Wow, the umpire did a lot of work there.
He moved, didn't he?
He went along, traditional style of umpiring from the 1980s, where he ran a long way to his right and then still signalled around near the point post. So we had no idea what was going on. But look at this kick off Glover's boot. He hit it hard. Yeah, no, it definitely went through. You can see it.
It's got some float on it though, hasn't it? I think goal umpire Kennedy there, by the look of things, we could get that fluoro jacket off him, the high vis. And what about the traditional long jacket from the early 80s and 70s? Would look magnificent on him, I'd suggest.
All right, so Tigers are away. They're flying here. 7 goals, 2-44 to 1 straight to Kingborough. And unfortunately, the Tigers, through Doreen, have won it again.
Deep into the forward line now as we're getting inside that forward 50. Looks like we'll get another stoppage here. Oh, boy, gee, Sam Henning probably could have got the free kick there. A little bit of high contact, I think. They're trying to get the ball out. Glover in again hard. Parnham trying to drive it out. Glover working hard to get out of that pack.
Ooh.
And has picked up the push, has it?
Right.
That way.
He was the only one going for it. He's trying to get through. Just see the replay here. I didn't see the push anyway. We're going forward again.
Clear review for the umpire. And there he is. Lovely's worked hard with all that forward pressure, and playing in front has got that kick in the end. So he'll line up now. A little bit straighter. Most of these shots so far this quarter from Lawless and Glover have been on the angle. Lovell a bit more directly in front. Straight approach on the boot. That looks like a pretty good kick to me. Not much movement from umpire Kennedy that time, except craning the head back. It's a fair dinkum lead to the Kingborough Tigers in this instance. Bit of hands on hips from the Bay at the moment. We need to get first hands on the footy, Sandy Bay, so they can drive it into their forward half.
Yeah, it's a commanding lead here for the Kingborough Tigers. They're away to 8 goals, 2 44. Sorry, 8 goals, 250. I can't do my maths. To 1 goal straight, 6. And what's been an outstanding start here for the home side, and they're dominating through the middle of the ground. They've probably won nearly every stoppage.
Yeah, it's a clearance work, isn't it?
Yeah.
So good contest in the ruck here, but just finding first hands on the footy from Kingborough. Handball out again. So Lancaster doing a lot of work. Harrison trying to get to the contest there. Ross again, looked for him out the back. Needs to find the footy, Joe Harrison, and not the body there.
Alrighty-o, so it's Sandy Bay. Can they win it now? Roberts is lurking. He does. He gets a bit of a scrubby kick forward, but at least it's a forward entry. Now there's a chance for Shepherd. Shepherd just need to be a bit more aggressive then, but now there's a clearing kick out the centre wing. Now, there's a couple of bits of pressure here, and they can get it over the boundary line and maybe recommence. Golding was trying to go in hard. He's been a pretty aggressive player at the moment throughout this day, and it's right in front of the commentary box as the umpire will restart play. Sunny conditions. Not very sunny at the moment for Sandy Bay. They're getting belted here as Battaglia wins it with his hands. Duffy tries to go in again, but then loses it, and the clearing kick, and it's flying out here towards Golding. If he can get to it first, Sandy Bay with the numbers, and there's a nice bit of work off half back. Long kick up to centre half, and there's a fantastic mark taken by Spiden. That's probably his third mark that Spiden's taken.
He's got really good reach for a player of his size above his body. He does a really good job. I think the move's been made that we called for Henny to go to centre half back. Got a tremendous kick.
Shepherd with a shot on goal, but he's gone through to the right-hand side, and it's through for a behind. So at least there's some good aggression off half-back. They actually managed to at least neutralise the clearance. Oh, look out. Kick comes in, and unfortunately, I think that's Battaglia, is it? No, in fact, it's not. It's Baldock with the mark. I won't be happy with that, I don't reckon, Ben.
No, poor attention there, unfortunately. So they needed to just set up that kick out a little bit better. It's a floater. Hands on from Noah Scott. Just got it across the line. Let's see if we can get a better effort this time with the ball being brought back into play.
Not used to kicking for goal, Maxi. He's usually down the half-back flank where he plays really well. So just probably could have kicked through the ball a little bit more there.
Yeah, just seemed to lack that confidence of actually going up. There's a nice set of hands from Ellis.
That's a much better exit from the kick out. So Ellis, a very, very good player. Unfortunately, Matt Doreen lost his feet there, and the turnover's gone back to Sandy Bay.
Kick into the forward 50. A really big climb from Shepherd. Gets it out again. Moves it around forward. Nearly one had a mark. Just a bit of pressure here.
Big Ross.
Players running past. Ross is there. Shepherd in again. Push out. They just need some sort of presence in there. Marsh goes to his knees and he's tackled by Todd, and the umpire's going to come in and throw it up around about 38 metres out from the Sandy Bay goal. They're desperate here. Lurking is Marsh. Look for him. Battaglia, he's done all right in the ruck, and Marsh does try and win it. Push and shove is Spiden, but unfortunately, as probably what's happened so often today, they're just unable to be a bit clean around the football.
Well, he's had some opportunities there.
Oh, the clap.
Umpire gave him every opportunity.
Didn't he really? So Shepherd's got the ball for Sandy Bay under 14s, and there's a long driving kick to a large pack. And is that nearly a mark? Is Shepherd got a mark? No, I thought I heard the whistle there for a second. Still a chance for Sandy Bay. Slung off the ball. Couple of players going in. Shepherd wins it. Tight in the right forward pocket. Clears the ball to the top of the square. And it's marked.
Hodgie.
Hodge just got it.
Just going to say, there's a few Sandy Bay players there we have not seen all game, and this is one of them.
His first touch, James Hodgman.
And James is very much a player who, a bit like Brad Lawless down the other end for the Kingborough Tigers, who can find his way at the back, and he's finished off the job there for him, and hopefully that'll give him a bit of confidence as well too. He can really get himself into space, Hodgie.
Yep.
And certainly knows how to find the goals.
Well, to be fair to the forwards, Hodgman and Millard there, it just hasn't been down there yet. But a very dangerous player. He's got very good skills, and that's just what the game needed and what Sandy Bay needed.
Tell you what, though, it's been a change. In the last 6 or 7 minutes, they've kept the Tigers sort of a bit quiet, and it's been Battaglia in the ruck. He's getting his left hand to the ball.
Yeah, but look who's in the ruck now.
Forward. Well,
Ross.
So Ross with a change.
Just channeling a bit of Severio Rocker there in his North Melbourne days.
He's a big lad, isn't he,
Ross? He is a big unit. We get him bending over, picking the football up. He'll do a really great job for them. Ball moving forward now for the Kingborough Tigers again, and once again, Glover on the angle in front of the Rex Slim Mitchell stand. He's going to drive it long into the forward line now. Looking for a contest here. Oh, Joe Harrison. Straight through the hands.
Well, I think that's touched, is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what a lovely bit of work by the umpire there.
Yeah, umpire Kennedy. He's been doing the goals since about under 8s, I think. Just loves it.
Well, he's not maybe quite as enthusiastic, demonstrative as what you might see from the senior umpire.
A couple of times if you go to the game early, Ben, and you're there and you're putting the jacket on, then he turns up. He just looks at you and says, as though to say, what do you think you're doing?
It's Marsh on half back here for Sandy Bay. That's a really nice kick from Marsh and finds Shepherd. That's Fergus of the Fergus variety. And he's got the ball around about 20 forward of centre wing.
Oh, the turnover. Turnbull, is he within range? Just tumbles the punt through. Still in. Brad Lawless probably taking the ground there. Could have been number 5. Harrison trying to spin out of trouble there with a handball. Dalton takes it back off him. He's going to get another go here if he can get clear. Turnbull's gone with the soccer format. Keep that one for Saturday mornings. James, I think, will stick to putting our hands down and grabbing the footy.
Yeah, he's a little bit ambitious. A lot of players in front of him too, but he made good contact, but pretty hard. Okay, so the kick comes in. Ross couldn't quite mark it, and suddenly, out of nowhere, I think it's Stevenson's kicked a goal for the Tigers.
It might be Timbers, I think. I think he's got that. Stevenson nearby, but yep, Timbers has grabbed that one, so that's his first goal in under-14s.
Wow, there you go.
Coming up today after playing an under-13 game.
He dominated in the under-13s. Very, very, very good player there.
Yeah, he's a good mover, Duff. Yeah, does a good job. So, based on the reward for effort and development process, these two clubs I know are very good at bringing their players up, as opposed to a little bit of a contentious issue in the STJFL at the moment, and that is overage players. But we won't get me started on that.
We're just enjoying the football at the moment, Ben. We'll leave the politics to half-time, mate. We'll have a chat over at coffee.
Look forward to it.
Anyway, so the Tigers have got it again, and another clearance. They've won, I think, 4 out of the last 5 clearance, and they're probably dominating in that aspect. And unfortunately, it's gone straight to Ellis.
Callum Ellis, a fine mover through the midfield. Just a long kick. He'll look for the target in Glover. And they're sticking to their plans, which is really helping them.
How old's Glover? Ben?
So Glover is a true under-14, so
yep.
Turned 14 this year. So, yeah, he's got some good size about him. We've seen him grow into that body with his athletic ability. He is an excellent prospect going forward.
But not just that, so he's got confidence, but technically very good.
So Glover with the kick, long and deep into the forward line. Jeez. That is a fantastic outcome. He's outside the arc there and has driven that long.
Wow. Glover, he's kicked his second, and I don't know what the markings are like here. I'm assuming that's 40 metres, isn't it, Ben?
Yes, he's outside 40 there, so
it's a 43-metre
that's
kick,
cleared through near half-post high,
yeah.
So that's some really good distance on that from young Jacob.
Alrighty-o, so Tigers get one back after probably about 6 or 7 minutes of good football from the Sandy Bay team. 10-4, 64, 2 goals, 2-14 on the Crips. The Master Baker scoreboard.
So Shark by Harrison goes back to Wouters. He's had a bounce, a lot of confidence there. Looks like he's only going 3/4 wrap power. And guess who?
Oh!
The power forward takes it on the chest this time, playing in front.
Look at the way he read this. His opponent slipped over and he just kept his feet and he kicks his 5th.
Number 5 on the back of the jumper and number 5 in the scorebook for Brad Lawless. But I'll tell you the one thing that happened there was it was just eyes on the football as well too the whole time in his approach.
See on the replay again here.
Yep.
Just couldn't quite work out. It was a little bit of body contact, and we might be able to see that later on. The highlights package of Brad Lawless's 5 goals. And it's 11 goals, 470. 2 goals, 2-14 here as the Tigers are completely dominating the first 22 or 25 minutes of football here on a Sunday afternoon in sunny conditions, live on Duff TV. It's
Big Ross.
Pushes one out of the way, pops out the back. Oh, looked like a bit of Magic Johnson there, a little round the back pass, but unfortunately not much help, and it's Doreen with the footy.
So Matty Doreen goes forward now, looking for, guess who? Jacob Glover.
I reckon he had 3 steps there, and he wasn't even going fast, Ben, was he?
No.
It's becoming a little bit monotonous here at the moment. It was a nice kick from Doreen just into the space. And there's 2 Tigers players could have had a chase at that one.
Good decision from Connor Lovell just to let Jacob go. No bumping in there. That one just off to the right-hand side for the goal umpire, one behind.
Alrighty-o, so that's heading now. Came into the side late. We'll bring it in for Sandy Bay. He's playing deep in defence at the moment, and Bulldog was needed to fly. That's okay.
Great smother.
Roberts, will he keep it in? No, he can't. No, well, he just tries to run around. A couple of players, there's a high tackle. Good tackle there by Bulldog. Quick fist punch. Now it's won by the Tigers.
Harrison on to Lancaster, who takes the long one, and Lawless again lurking. Can they get it clear? I think probably a free kick there.
Yeah.
Lovell just unfortunately put the contact on just after the handball had gone out from Jack Dalton.
So Dalton now very deep in defence. Doesn't have a lot of options. He's going to have to go up to the commentary side of the ground. Shepherd was trying to win it. Shepherd just needed to be a bit more aggressive then, and he couldn't get his hands to it. It's gone over the boundary line, and a little bit of chat, a bit of a push, a bit of a shove. And boys have been fairly engaging at the moment in this game. But the Tigers are on top. Nearly half-time. We're about 10 seconds away from halfway mark of this football game. We expect it to be a little bit closer, Ben, but at the moment the Tigers dominating pretty much every aspect of the game.
They are, and probably only one more chance for a score here if we can get it. And that's it at half-time. Unfortunately, Harrison couldn't lock his clutches on it as he ran towards the goals. So we have on our hands a 57-point margin at the moment. So it's Kingborough 11-5-71 to the Sandy Bay Lions 2-2-14.
So sunny conditions, Sunday afternoon. Where else would you want to be? The football, under-14 stuff. Two teams that are matched up, thought pretty evenly at the end. Sandy Bay had a couple of players come in late into their team, but it's been all the Tigers that have dominated this game so far. Brad Lawless, the little maestro up forward, playing some wonderful music. He's kicked 5. Connor Lovell's kicked 1, as has Sammy Lancaster. And the very dangerous, and probably one of the better players on the ground at the moment, Jacob Glover, is roaming around centre-half forward, pretty much by himself, taking mark after mark. He's kicked a couple and probably could have had more. He's missed a couple to the left-hand side. Timbers is the other goal kicker. Now, Sandy Bay certainly had a better quarter. They managed to get a bit of flow off half-back. Hodgman kicked a goal, as did Elroy Shepherd. But, however, they were just probably beaten at the stoppages. They were beaten in system. They were unable to actually handball to a player who was free. And too many players with quality all around the ground for the Tigers at the moment. It is half-time here in the under-14 football in Kingston. And it is the Tigers, 11 goals, 4-71. 11 goals, 5 in fact. 2 goals, 2-14. And we'll be back to you here on Duff TV in just a few moments.
Break your brain,
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time.
today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walk down the line, break your bread and pour you wine.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, wandering, try to find the perfect time. I walk down the line, break your bread and pour you wine.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
We're killing kick off here. Second half. Kingborough Tigers versus Sandy Bay in the under-14 variety. And it's the Tigers with the early lead. Brad Lawless was just killing it up forward early. Jacob Glover was dominating at centre half forward. And we're away second half here in Kingston Beach. And Sandy Bay with an opportunity to go forwards. The ball's kicked up. And a nice big tackle by Ross. He just throws his opponent on the ground. But winning it out was Jack Ross. Potentially Shepherd can get the ball quickly back into the forward 50. Possibly could have been a better effort in the mark there. Number 35. The ball goes to ground. And we're going to have a ball up here. Attacking forward part of the ground for Sandy Bay. So good to see them get an entry into their forward 50. On my right-hand side is Ben Harrison, will be helping us commentate the second half here at the Beachside Oval. It's 11 goals, 5-71 to 2 goals, 2-14. And the Tigers flying it out. And the ball's up to centre half forward. Now, unable to win the ball. It's gone a bit loose as Harrison pulls push to ground. There's Hodgman. He's moved onto the ball, I think, at this stage. And now the Tigers, with a few numbers in the back half of the ground, just win the ball here. Coming through was Roberts. Gets a scrubby kick forward, and the umpire's blown his whistle.
Roberts got a free kick.
Yeah, at least he's going for the football there, Roberts. He's been okay in the first half of football. Certainly one of Sandy Bay's better players.
Incredibly consistent, and always brings players into the play, just
he's
like
got
that.
A nice kick on him, Roberts, but couldn't find any teammate there. It's Shepherd. Gets it now. Kicks the ball high, but doesn't get a lot of distance on the kick. It goes to the pocket, and the ball's going to be rushed through for a behind. And the first score on the board for Sandy Bay.
Probably a bit stiff, the Bay there. Just a little nudge in the back, I think we would have caught as we looked at the vision, and it's George Stevenson who takes the mark just in that pocket out there as they move around on the clubroom side. Jack Baldwin now trying to get his hands on the footy. Little handball out. Not a clear possession going to either side there. Once again, he's trying. Harrison trying to get out of the clutches, and that's holding the ball, I would suggest.
Yeah, well
Roberts.
done by Tommy Roberts. So he's going to get another opportunity to go forward with a kick. He's going to kick to the left forward pocket. It's probably to the best spot. There's a little push out there. Marsh looked like he had the hand just on the back, but in the end, it's gone over the boundary line around about 20 metres out from the Sandy Bay Seagulls goal. They need to get a couple here early to sort of make this a bit more competitive.
What did he say, Ben? Sandy Bay Seagulls.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Harrison bursting through. Trying to get that kick going into the centre of the ground. Matt Doreen just didn't quite keep his feet there. A late handball going up, but picked off by Sandy Bay.
Lynchy goes to centre half forward. No, Duffy just got thrown off the ball like a rag doll. Come on, he can get on the weights, I reckon, there, Duff, doesn't he?
Get him in the all aerobics gym, I think.
Lynchy's got it now. Lynch goes around the right-hand side. Not a bad kick from Lynch, and there's Duff. His first proper touch of the game. He's on the middle of the ground, looking for a couple of options. Holds onto it for a while. He kicks up to centre half. Not a lot of options in there. Marsh was around a bit. The Tigers have it back.
Jackson Todd taking the ball forward, and Doreen with the mark on the chest. No, didn't quite hang on to it long enough. Taken in the tackle. James Turnbull again taken late. Just scrambles the ball forward. Glover trying to get two hands on the footy. Lovell applying the pressure. The two big towers up forward for Kingborough. Trying again to get it clear. Can we get a clear possession here? It's going to come out now from Sandy Bay, but lurking off the back, Joe Harrison. Punches the ball in, stabbing it in, looking for Lovell. Ellis and Henning to contest now. Well done, Sam. Bent over, picked that ball up, but will he get rid of it? Oh, they've given him the benefit of the doubt there. Great effort from Sam.
Sammy Henning looked like he might have been
Joe Harrison over the football, flicks it out. Henning back in there. Connor Lovell with the tackle pressure. Harrison lurking again, sets it up. Just pops it in front, and Glover clutches the ball there. Looking to centre it up here, and Lancaster couldn't hang on. Goes in with a second effort. Handball out. Glover still battling away here. Player needs to get over the footy. How are we going to get this one out?
Spiden just needs to go onto the ball. Golding in there as well for
Lawless
Sandy Bay.
Trying to get hold of it. Oh, gee, there's some players in there, Aaron.
Oh, wow, that's a high tackle, isn't it?
Turnbull unlucky there.
Got his head ripped off. Anyway, now we've got a clearing kick, but Glover's going to get an opportunity unless young Tommy Roberts can add a bit of pressure.
How's that for a little fella?
There he is. That's his second win from a tackle. But he was forward. Now he's down back. He's going to need maybe a few more Tom Roberts. Oh, what a mark.
Sam Lancaster, if you don't mind.
Oh, might be mark of the day at this stage.
Lovell with a little kiss off the shoe there. Back to Glover. Was that touched?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep, looks like the call on there. Here's
Look
the
out.
lurking. Speaking of seagulls, here he is.
Oh! Brad Lawless with 6. He might need to change his number on his back soon.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the replay, the Bennett's Petroleum replay. It did just pop off the foot. Glover did the roving on that occasion. Where was Lawless? He was actually winning the football. Dalton just not quite quick enough to get on that one, and not a bad snap either.
Just protection there of the player by Ellis, just keeping Dalton out of the contest enough to allow Lawless to get that time to get clear. So those little things that sometimes go missing, all so important in the contest.
Yeah.
Wouters again, trying to get that ball. Clearance is so important here for Sandy Bay, just to try and push forward again. It's locked in. We'll get another ball up in the middle.
Even a neutral ban at this stage would be good, because they've hardly won a contested ball, particularly out the middle. I think they've won 1 so far in the first half. Anyway, so the ball's back in play again. No one's going to win it. Just lurking on the side is Corona. He can't win it. Now he goes back in. Scrambly football. The umpires do like to leave it go now. Roberts gets his foot to the ball, and a quick kick. Clearing the ball. Opportunity here for the Seagulls. There was Kennedy, but Kennedy just need to be a little bit quicker. There's still going to be an opportunity here by Melville. Kicks it on his right boot. Not a bad option, although not coming out was Duff, and he couldn't quite get it. The Tigers have it back.
Nice work. Stevenson takes the ball, chips it over to his mate in Joe Harrison. Another little chip over here. Oh, Matthew Doreen, dear oh dear.
Was that a trick shot?
That was sun in the eyes, I think, there. Used to the shades. Timbers breaking through, and has he got his second? I think he has.
Yes, he does.
Welcome to the under-14s.
So he didn't have a goal before today, Ben?
No, this is his first game of under-14. So
Okay.
normally an under-13 player.
Yep.
But made his way up.
Dominated in the last game, Aaron.
Yep.
Really, really good player. Very strong.
But tell you what, though, he actually collected that ball really well at reasonable pace too. The kick was pretty solid. Geez, he's to be a big boy in the underage competition there. Anyway, winning it out was Spiden. He delivers the ball long. Needs someone to fly up.
Oh,
here's an
Hodgie
opportunity for Hodgman to kick his second. On his left, his favoured foot. And James Hodgman gets one back straight away. And that was a winning. They actually won the ball out of the middle of the ground there. So that's probably only the second time throughout this first 2.5 quarters. And let's have a look at the replay. Quick ball in. Hodgman didn't have anyone on him. And he got an easy goal there on his left to get one back for the Sandy Bay. Well, we want to say Seagulls are actually the Lions.
What's really good there from James, 2 good key points there. Ned Spiden driving the ball long, not mucking around with it, getting it in. And James just gave himself that space off the contest. Yep. A lot of players going too close to the contest, and Hodgie ended up with the points that time.
Yeah, if you go too close, it obviously then usually drags in a defender. He had also good body position and probably read it nicely too. But yeah, the quick ball in. Shepherd getting a little bit his hands on it.
Spiden again.
Spiden. He was good in the first few minutes, Spiden, and he's really trying to work hard. And that's Smalley for the Tigers will get a scrappy kick up to centre half, and now they're away.
Ellis is taking the ball now up towards the wing, but held up there. Sandy Bay trying to burst back through. A couple of good contests coming here. Who's going to get that hands on the football? Umpire looking to give them every opportunity to get the disposal away. Whistle to be called, I reckon. Still going.
Spiden had 3 guys on him then. And he was probably the only guy really trying to win it. Coe did a good job just to hold him up. And we're around about 30 metres out. And unfortunately, that tap was roved nicely. And the Tigers have numbers here on centre wing. They're away.
Went well by Jack Ross, taking the ball up to Matthew Doreen. It's out in front of Connor Lovell. Sam Henning, great position. Got himself into it. He'll drive it long. No, he's gone the shorter option, and he's found Roberts.
Roberts just on centre wing now. Henning starting to get a little bit of the ball, but he is deep. And I think they might like to see him going forward a little bit further. Marsh just overran it, and there's going to be another clearing kick here to centre wing, but it might come straight back again. The ball's been dropped, but then Golding was able to recover. Now, over the back of the pack, he just felt that was a little lazy. But anyway, Spiden delivers the ball into the forward 50 to around about 15 metres out. Shepherd tried to win it, but it's probably going to go over the brand line. Can it be kept in? They just need to force him over, and Duffy in there just ensuring that is going to be a throw-up.
Noah Scott doing a great job there, just making sure that that ball didn't get out into a dangerous spot for Sandy Bay. Great defensive work there.
Here's a quick shot on goal, but it's going to go to the right-hand side and through for a minor score, but at least some aggression, and they're starting to win some ball around the middle of the ground, and some of their better players, such as Henning and also Shepherd, providing a bit of presence for the Lions.
Just that drive and quick movement of the footy by Ned Spiden into their forward lines really helped him. Aaron as well too. Lancaster with the ball at half back. He's been one of the prime movers. Goes to another one in Ellis. Ellis can't quite get clean hands, but look at the second effort. Really good. He needs some help from one of his teammates here. Sandy Bay working hard to get the ball away. Timbers again just got the little nudge forward. Another little one there as well too. Just not quite spotted. That's okay. They can't grab them all. Spiden again handing the ball back to the umpire. We can see he is in close range around the footy and getting some possessions, Ned Spiden. It's a good thing for the Bay.
Roster Barry wins that one. Corona now gets a scrubby kick forward. Lots of players around the ball. Nice work from Baldock. He got a clearance and thought I heard a whistle, but no, it's play on. Anyway, hasn't gone too far, and there's a very talented young Ed Goulding. He's been very good in this third quarter. You know, he's going to go short out to the middle of the ground. That's not a great kick. And it's been turned over straight away.
Stevenson straight onto Timbers. He's got the ball again at half forward, so he's been really dangerous there. Oh, Lawless pushing forward. What do we got here? Oh, Dalton, did he get a disposal away? Yes, adjudged as he has.
Lynch.
So round we go. Ball into a contest here in Ellis. Very clean hands. Don't worry about that, boys. Just get back and take your kick. You've been awarded. Ellis to drive it long into the forward line now. Where's Glover as the big target? Couldn't quite get the hands on it. Forward pressure again a coming. Second effort from Glover. Lawless lurking. Jack Dalton will need to clear here. They've got it out towards that back pocket side. And James Turnbull taking it on the chest. He'll look to centre up here. Sees his new teammate in Timbers, who he has absolute confidence in. That can go the journey here, I would say, from 30 metres out.
It's a nice play, wasn't it, Ben? Just to actually just be aware of who other players are around and centre that ball instead of turning and kicking it over his left shoulder.
Yeah, really pleasing. Thinks a lot about his footy, James Turnbull, and has done a really good job there. Onto the big padding. Poster there.
Timbers could have had his third goal in the age above where he usually plays. And he's starting to be the big torp.
The launch from Sammy
Henning.
Henning.
Gone 40 metres from Henning.
Oh, it's nearly come off as well too. Young Mars there just didn't quite hold on. Slippery ball, Jack Dalton. Can he get rid of it?
Plate.
All right, okay, so
again.
The big
Roberts, but unfortunately Roberts' kick is going to be cut off here, and the Tigers have numbers throughout the middle of the ground.
So we're away again here. Lancaster, he's linked up pretty well all day. In it goes. Ellis, he'll get a little bit of space here and he'll have a shot. And it's high in the air, but he's managed to just lurk that one through. That's a great finish.
Wow.
That's a great goal from Callum Ellis. Let's see the kick in. So there's the big torp initially. You get a replay on that one, G-Funk Martindale, just on the shot on goal. He's picked it up from 35 metres. Oh, the contact was fantastic. He just knew where the goals were. Positioned
the ball beautifully. Callum Ellis, if you get a chance to watch him, his closing speed is absolutely sensational. He's a really good prospect. And, oh, word, there's a tumble going, flying through the air there.
Yeah, Spiden was really good. He just needed to try and needed someone to come in and help him here.
Timbers, great work in and under there. Wowder's trying to break away. Oh, he's game to have a bounce there. Backs his pace. Long drive on the ball going forward. Glover can't be there. Look out. Lawless lurking. The duck play and one behind.
Did he get taken high there, Ben?
I think he might have
just weaved down.
Bradley is very close to the ground as it is, so I don't think he needs to duck any further, Aaron.
Well, it was some good football. He nearly going to have a chance for his 7th goal anyway. The ball's been...
Wowder's protecting Harrison inside. Doreen, get rid of it quickly. 1-2 off to Harrison. Can he drive it in? Looks to centre. Sammy Lancaster, shoe before hand on the ball there. Another little tumble handball. Stevenson, quick feed out to Ellis. Stevenson, another go, can he? Sam, dependable Henning, trying to work in there hard for Sandy Bay. Numbers around the footy. Bottled up there. Surely we'll see a ball up in a minute. No, Marsh clears out. They need one more clearance here, Sandy Bay, to get away. Dozering through Lancaster, but a great mark.
Jack Dalton in defence for Sandy Bay. Tremendous opportunity now just to get the ball running out here, Sandy Bay. Now, they've got a couple of numbers just on the far side of the ground. Baldock in there, but he couldn't win it. And unfortunately, the ball's going to come straight back into the Tigers. Although going in as Henning, he gets tackled. No, one Sandy Bay player coming over and giving him some support there.
Too many spectators.
A little bit disappointing as they all stood back.
Ball coming over the back again. Who's sneaking through there? Jack Baldwin trying to get something on it there. Brad Lawless just couldn't quite dispose of the football, so the free kick will go to Sandy Bay.
What's going on, and I know these boys pretty well, quite obviously, is that too many of the boys for Sandy Bay, Ben, are actually reacting after the moment's happened. Yeah. You've got to switch on and be in the contest.
For sure. Got to get those first hands on the football. Jack Dalton's had a couple of really good minutes here. He's just got himself into the football. Good little intercept there from Campbell Downey, just doing a great job. He's been fantastic defensively the last couple of weeks.
Little hold then on Tommy Roberts. Unfortunately there, Kennedy, when he went in, just an example of just not quite being aggressive and maybe stacking a little bit of confidence. Marsh tries to win it. Quick kick out by Fergus Shepherd.
Touched off the boot, the call, I think, there, as it was, coming out. Noah Scott, the quick one to Joe Harrison. Didn't quite expect that, Joe Harrison. Right on siren time.
Rightio, it's three-quarter time, and a bit of a push and a shove. Lancaster all happy with that, and going in as Kennedy. Kennedy, as I mentioned, probably was need to be a little bit aggressive, more aggressive towards the football than the opposition players. But it is Kingborough, 14 goals, 7. They're flying away to 91. And the visitors, Sandy Bay Lions, they've been pretty competitive, but they're a long way off at the moment. They're 3 goals for 22. Some of the better players at the moment after 3 quarters of football for Kingborough, Ben?
Oh, look, I'd say that clearly, in my opinion, I would think that it looks evident that the big targets up front. Glover probably wasn't as dominant that quarter, and Lawless, they've been on the scoreboard fairly readily, so we'll give them credit for their forward work, but I think Lancaster has linked up for Kingborough all across the ground. There's been some impact as well too from Alex Timbers coming up for his first game. And also as well too, really good credit, I think, to Kane Wouters. Does a lot of hard work in the ruck, and by all means, his work off that ruck contest as well too, breaking away a couple of times. We would have noticed it through that quarter. Yeah,
really good quarter from the Kingborough Tigers. They're continuing on their run here. The goal kickers at three-quarter time. Little maestro up forward, number 5, Brad Lawless. He's kicked 6 goals. He's got 5 on his back, and he had 5 at the half, and he managed to kick a 6th goal in that third quarter. Timbers has come through, kicked a couple, as has Jacob Glover. Sammy Lancaster with 1. Connor Lovell and Callum Ellis with single goals to their name. For Sandy Bay under 14s, James Hodgman's kicked 2 on his left. A crumbing goal early on in that third quarter. Got the ball rolling for Sandy Bay, and Elroy Shepherd kicked 1 in the first half. It's the only other goal kicker for the Sandy Bay Lions, and it's his three-quarter time here. It is Kingborough, 14 goals, 7, 91, and the visitors, Sandy Bay, 3 goals, 4, 22, and sunny and lovely conditions. We'll be back to you in a few moments here on Duff TV.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
Wandering, try to find the perfect time.
Rightio, we're back here live on Duff TV, Bennett's Petroleum, and also Cripps the Master Baker bringing today's coverage here in Kingston. And the early sausages and the early bickies are all going to Kingborough at the moment as they're dominating play. Ben Harrison on my right-hand side. We're going to call the last 15 minutes of football, as I think there's going to be a free kick here to the Tigers.
Yes, Joe Harrison to take the free kick from half-back. Heads out to the Slim Mitchell stand side of the ground. 2-on-1 here. Stevenson trying to get in the contest, but once again, lurking, as we say, Jerry. Joe Harrison again, straight into Lancaster, linking up, as Sam has all day. Just not quite reaching James Turnbull there, but the handball's off. Matt Doreen using his left well. Always good to see the players using the other side of their body. Turnbull getting across to the next contest. Just taken to the boundary there by our man from Sandy Bay, Tom Roberts, who got a little tap there, and Sam Henning said, "Don't you do that to my friend."
Yeah, Tommy Roberts is, well, he wasn't lurking then because he's been front and centre with, he's laid about 6 tackles today, and he's a pretty aggressive little player. And Henning just being the aggressive leader in this Sandy Bay side, but maybe it's a fraction too late. However, Hillard Mayo with the ball in the back half for Sandy Bay. Kicks the ball in the middle of the ground. It's an opportunity here for the Seagulls. Baldock couldn't quite win it. It's popped out the back here to Melville. Duffy needs to go in harder at the football. Melville again, now he's on his back here like a turtle. And unfortunately, it's not the best position for you, and the Tigers have it.
Hands off from Harrison, goes to Lancaster. We've heard that a few times today. Cleared out here. Ellis in space. Had eyes on the footy, just dropped it. Just a little bit of pressure felt there from Henning approaching. And Sam's trying to do the hard work to get rid of it there. Ball coming into the forward pocket now, so Turnbull now needs to get down, pick that up. Just couldn't quite keep his feet. Glover going into the contest as well too. Cleared out the back by the Bay. Who have we got here? Ed Golding, terrific athlete. Trying to get that ball clear of a dangerous scoring space. Dalton as well too. Quick shoe onto it. Who's going to get in there? No talk from the Tigers. 2 of them arguing there. Parnham keeps Harrison out of the contest, and the ball's cleared out. Get a little bit of a run on here from Sandy Bay, but Wowder's just eyes for the football and very, very quickly got that ball back in. Turns around. Lancaster, can he run into an open goal here? He's going to set it up, and Connor Lovell on the chest, and the face of frustration, Jack Dalton, probably says it all. He's been trying hard down there, but he just hasn't had the helpers.
There was a turnover here in centre wing, Ben, and it was just, they had 2-on-1 here, Sandy Bay. That's another goal to the Tigers, and they've now kicked 15 goals, 7. 97, the Lions 3 goals. They're a long way behind, 3 goals for 22, but just on centre wing, 2-on-1. And Walters, I think he just wanted the football a lot more than anyone else on the ground. 2 quick kicks forward, and there was Lovell right in front.
Yes, and I think might have been copying a bit of attention, so he's showed them his tricks by getting the football, and then decided just after it's gone to just give his opponent a little tickle around the ear and said, "Well, I'll probably beat you to the contest that time."
All right, so back in the middle of the ground. Walters is now into the ruck, and the ball's one out the back here. Can Sandy Bay get a little bit of a run going? Hillard Mayo, he tries to pick it up. 3 Tigers players on their feet. Now, that's probably what they've done really well all day as the ball's kicked out. And the big guy, Walters, coming through against Roberts. Roberts wins it for Sandy Bay. He needs to just get the second ball in there, handball back. But unfortunately, numbers around the ball for the Tigers.
Yeah, Matt Doreen just got a hand in there, and that was really, really handy in the scheme of things. And a little chip kick came out to Kane Wouters. So away he goes again, up to James Turnbull. Great. Hands above his head. Very, very confident mark. Sandy Bay numbers floating back into that forward line now to try and fill it up. So he'll drive it in there. Where are the marking targets? None there, unfortunately. Ned Spide.
Like his name, like the hair, like the style of young Ned Spide, and he kicks the ball out to centre half. Wow, run again, just like running in rings around everyone. Gets around 1 tackle, gets around a 2nd tackle, runs to 40. Oh, it would have been great. He'd finished that with a goal.
Just couldn't quite get the execution on that one. Lots of effort from him, and as you can see, just a little on the haunches there. He's blowing a bit.
That's all right.
Fantastic effort.
It was entertaining. He's probably going to get it back here, Wilders, again. He should mark it over the top of Roberts. Roberts,
look at little Tommy go.
It just popped on his head. I think he was sucking the oxygen in there. The aerobic capacity maybe up for the young fellas. And now Sandy Bay have a couple of opportunities. They've just got the extra play here on centre wing. Shepherd with the ball. He could probably run around him. He needs to be good, he's Shepherd, and he does okay. Gets a handball forward, going without the football. I think that was Baldock. And unfortunately, they've turned it over again.
Unfortunately, might have spent that before he'd actually taken it. Could have been a little bit of a case of that again. Here's our man Roberts, gets it away, back to Parnham. Parnham caught in the tackle, coming through. Ellis gets his hands on the ball at the turnover, drives it into the forward line. Who's in front? Jacob Glover. Playing in front is going to give you those benefits when that ball's coming into the forward line.
Who's on Glover at the moment? I can't quite pick up.
I think Sam Henning might have
it. Is Henning's moved onto him?
Might be Battaglia on the mark.
Yeah, Battaglia.
But I think, with all due respect to Sam, Sam's had to be everywhere down there.
Yep.
Marking that ball as he's coming in, so it's a pretty tough ask. The long kick again. He's got one from that range already. It's snuck over the back. Just got that high padding.
little bit of inexperience there from Sandy Bay. They were kind of out shepherding. In the end, there was actually no one behind the pack. But anyway, it's going to be brought out here. And Panham wins it. Quick handball out to Goulet. He gets tackled. Is that a free kick?
No, I think that should be to Sandy Bay, actually, because he was just taken after he'd got rid of the football.
Young Will hasn't had a lot of the ball in the back half. He's seen the replay there on the bench.
Yeah, so we'll see here. He's got the handball away and then just taken to the ground. So really good efforts from both players.
Yeah, it was good football. It's actually been a much more competitive second half, and we're going to have a throw up here from the umpire. Just in front of some gentlemen there, some probably reminiscing about their days of running around this ground or other grounds and watching their lads do a pretty good job. If you're a Tiger supporter, the ball pops out the back to Hillard Mail, and it's gone over the boundary line again.
So just there on the wing, right in front of the spectators there for both clubs.
I don't think we need the rug today. As soon as the sun goes down, it could be a little fresh, but lady there, she's popped the rug over the fence. Now, Sandy Bay have got no real players around. They're all waiting for someone else to do the work. What a smother.
Sam Lancaster.
It's been good.
Kicked into the open space in the forward line. Connor Lovell running to it. Needs somebody running past for that handball. We spoke about that style before, and there it is. So Turnbull needs to get back onto his right. Just needs to keep his feet as well too. Ball stolen out of his hands. A lot of hard work there from Sandy Bay. They've won the footy back. It's going to be a contested ball again here. Wowder's trying to get his hands on it. Again, fed out there, and the Bay are away now. Can they get continual possession? Timbers from half back. He's been very impressive in his time up. Just over the head there. Comes in here. Baldwin needs to get down and get his hands on the footy. Beaten at the contest 2-on-1 there. Golding lost his footy there. Code digs the ball out, goes forward. Looking for someone here. Doreen in the pocket. What can he conjure up for us? Falls into the square. Ball needs to come out here. Code on the chest. Just extended the hands out and has taken the ball in front of goal. Probably around, he'll kick from about just over 15 metres out. Just changing the angle a little bit for him here. Maybe closer to 20 as the umpire takes him back.
Nice mark from Will Code. As he said, he had his long mitts there as he comes in. Good contact on the footy. Can't always tell what this umpire, if that's a goal, but I think it's just missed.
Just floated over the top of that behind post there.
So another behind to Kingborough. They stretched their lead out. They're nearly over 100. They're on the 99 mark, one off at the moment. And Sandy Bay have got the ball into centre half forward. But unfortunately, it's Harrison. He's created too much pressure and a shot on goal, but it's to the right-hand side. Over the head there of Lawless, who wants another one. He wants to get to 7, but can't. And looks like Henning will bring the ball back in for Sandy Bay. So 18 goals, 9. And they've hit the 100 mark. Ball's in the back half here, and a little shove out, trying to keep his feet. Battaglia. Now he goes to ground. There's several players really trying to work in hard for Kingborough, and it's going to be a ball up. Might be a bit of a push and shove after this one, I reckon. It's showing that still got plenty of passion as the hair's messed up there. Battaglia will have to go in. He's nominated to go in for the ruck. Gets his right arm on the hand on the ball, and the Tigers just with that extra player around the ball. That looks like young Doreen. Lots of players in there. Looks like the Lions versus the All Blacks game, and what was a thrilling finish last night in Auckland. Quick scrubby kick off the ground, and the Tigers have the footy.
Jack Ross with the hands there off to Joe Harrison. Going to try and pop one up there. See where Brad Lawless might be around the back. Just couldn't quite get it back inside the boundary post.
He wants it. He can smell the goals, can't he? Like a true small forward.
I don't think he's finished on 6. I think he is very, very keen to exceed the number 6.
88, I should say a 78-point lead here late in this match at Kingston. 100 plays 22. Glover was in, now he goes to ground. A couple of Sandy Bay players. I think one just might have copped it in the midriff there.
Lancaster going to have a snap and just off to the side.
It is a point.
Too.
Must have just snuck in there. So they're over the 100 mark here. The Tigers, 15 goals, 11, 101. And the Lions, well, they're a long way behind at the moment. And now the kick comes in. And that's all not quite taking the mark out there. I think that was Marsh. He's now gone to ground. Dragged off the football. Ellis in there for the Tigers. A quick scrubby kick out. Now they've got a couple of numbers. Just need to get a clearance and try and get a little bit of run, but never for too long. But anyway, Hillard Mail gets tackled, slings the ball out, and the Tigers with numbers around it through 49.
Away Timbers, he goes again. Yeah. Yes, done a good job, both whether he's been forward or at half back as he is now. And the ball out of bounds in front of the scoreboard. So Robbie Kiss would be manning the scoreboard, one of our great volunteers, and both clubs, their volunteer base do a really good job churning away at every home game at both Sandy Bay and Kingborough, well known for it. So many thanks to all those people helping us out.
There he is.
So that's true lurking style there, Ben, isn't it? Just in the scoreboard there.
Absolutely. He owns that scoreboard, Robbie. He has got it from the start of the day to the end of the day, and no one does it any better.
Should rename that scoreboard, I think.
Wins it with his right arm, but it goes over the boundary line. There's been a bit of work in that right forward pocket in the last sort of 4 or 5 minutes. We're 4 minutes away from the end of this game, and it's the Tigers at the moment who have dominated pretty much from the start. And Battaglia, with a strong punch, gets it out to Shepherd in the Fergus variety. He can't win it, and the Tigers, once again, with numbers, winning another contest.
Lancaster driving forward again after the handball from Jackson Todd. Battling away in there. Callum Ellis trying to get through. Here's Lawless. What can he get for us? Just the one behind.
I think that's his third behind too for Brad Lawless. He's had a few other opportunities. He couldn't really kick 7 or 8 here today.
Plenty of activity on the scoreboard for Lawless. Always busy.
Anyway, so the ball's brought in. Sandy Bay are desperate to try and get it out of this area. Maybe they need to swing it back to the club side of the ground. They've been stuck near this scoreboard for the last sort of 7 or 8 minutes. They're going to be stuck for a bit longer as that's gone out of bounds on the full.
Jackie Marsh there, he's usually a little bit better than that. He's got beautiful skills, Jackie, but he's really let himself down there.
Lancaster finds Doreen in the pocket, once again in front of the scoreboard. He might look to centre up here. Stevenson on his own, absolutely screaming for it.
Wasn't he?
Matt Doreen's going to back himself from here.
Baldwin ran out as well. It's a tough shotman. Players will kick for goals from here, I wouldn't have thought. And not when you're going to float them like that. Is that still in play? How's that?
Bounced off Glover. He might try and get something special happening for us. Lawless, no.
That's about 5 behinds in a row, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just caught out in that pocket, aren't we?
Yeah. No, don't go there again. Come this side, come this side. Here we go. He's changed his feet position.
Well done, Sam.
Henning goes long. He's going to find Roberts. Roberts at least makes a contest. Dalton probably need to go a bit better, and Roberts wins it and kicks it out to centre half, but it's not far enough.
He gave up, Duffy.
Jack just sort of overran it, just I suppose misjudged it, and the Tigers have it.
Smalley picks out Harrison. Harrison just chips in and then picks out Lancaster.
Lancaster's been good in this quarter.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Sam. He's been up playing some under-16 football as well too, so getting those opportunities, bit of reward for effort. Certainly shows his versatility, playing both through the midfield, across half-back. Really promising young player, Sam. And that's a good finish from him as well too. And you heard the come on there, channeling a bit of Leighton Hewitt after he got the boot contact on that. So he's pretty confident as that left the boot. Back they go to the middle.
Yeah, that's Sammy Lancaster's second, and he's been a dominant force throughout the second half of this game here in Kingston. What's been good about Lancaster, he's got a big body shape too. He's a sort of solid lad. He's been able to win the footy, but I actually like the fact he just actually runs a bit. He's got a good aerobic capacity. He's getting into space, and he's been able to actually get a few cheap possessions because people haven't been able to follow him. Anyway, we've only got around about 2 minutes left as the ball's won out of the middle of the ground by Sandy Bay, but maybe not for long as numbers are around here for the Tigers as the ball's going to be pushed down on his knees. No one can pick it up. Going in is Lovell. Lovell can't win it. Now it's popped out the back to the re-engaging. The great red hair of Ross, who delivers the ball forward and gets it out to Turnbull. Turnbull gets through, and now he wins it.
Lancaster again receives the ball coming out from Ross, but unfortunately just going into the Tigers forward line. And it looks like Ed Golding.
Yeah, Golding with a footy for the Lions. Golding's got a player out here all by himself in Roberts. Gets it on his chest. He's probably had at least 15 to 16 touches, Roberts. Links up with a handball via Dalton. Dalton then runs in a bit of trouble, but Roberts should get it back. He's got another player just upfield in Melville. Melville just need a little slow, but he's lucky. He gets a push in the back and a free kick. A little bit over exuberant. Now, what can Melville do? Short, choppy kick. Good one-on-one contest. Yeah, that was a nice mark from Panham. Contested grab from him. Kicks the ball to around about 45 out. Duffy with his hands up to protect his eyes. Gets a mark, just needs to move it on because he actually had a player on. Now Duffy goes short.
Oh, bad
option. And Wilco marks it. And that is it here. It is the Kingborough Tigers winning convincingly. 16 goals, 13, 109. And unfortunately, Sandy Bay a long way behind. 3 goals for 22. A dominant display here in the under-14s in Kingston Beach. the Lions in the end getting well beaten as the handshakes all around and some dominant players. And Ben, just a quick recap from your thoughts on the last sort of hour and a half of footy that was seen here in the under-14s.
I think definitely today, without question, probably the midfield of the Kingborough Tigers were on top for most of the day, and that's where, at certainly the centre breaks and also the stoppages, that's where they've won their football. And I think the first hands on the footy was the key thing. They chased, tackled and harassed when the ball was turned over to really win it back. And certainly the finishing, as we saw, early in the game from Lawless, who dominated the scoreboard, getting the ball over the back a couple of times, but then presenting well as well too. So some hard work from him. Glover was a big target, finished well, Lovell up forward, putting a lot of forward pressure on. But certainly the key players around the midfield, I think we saw, just by mention, Sam Lancaster today, probably I would say would be very close to best on ground. He was certainly all over the place and working very, very hard between the two arcs, and finished his job well a couple of times with some reward there. Kane Wouters, his work as a tall in the ruck, but then off that contest as well too. I know you mentioned him a couple of times. He was very, very good, and look, a really good all-round contribution from the group. But I think one of the great things we're seeing here is it's not necessarily the contest on the scoreboard, but there's a good rivalry between these two clubs, but also some good admiration for each other as they walk off the ground. So a great game of footy. Really good development coming through. I think both of these clubs, they're putting a lot of good effort in, and the outcomes will be good long term.
Yeah, it was pretty much from the very start in the first 5 minutes, you saw the Tigers just win the ball. They won most of the stoppages through the middle of the ground. They were able to have a couple of targets, as Ben mentioned, up forward. Just the goal kickers from today's game, well, Brad Lawless, he was nearly unstoppable for the first 40 minutes. Drifted out a little bit in that second half, as I thought Jack Dalton started to get in the air and start to spoil the ball a bit further, but he had 6 goals, and the rest were multiples. Jacob Glover kicked a couple, Timbers coming up, kicked a couple, Connor Lovell also kicked 2. Sammy Lancaster, I liked his work throughout the day. He kicked 2, and single goals to Callum Ellis for the Sandy Bay Lions. It was James Hodgman, the only multiple goal kicker out of 3. He kicked 2, and Elroy Shepherd kicked 1 for the visitors here. What was a commanding display. In the end, the scores, Kingborough 16 goals, 13, 109 on the Cripps replay. They've helped us out and brought it through, and a Bennett's Petroleum replay, and the visitors 3 goals, 422. So thanks to Cripps, the master breaker, and also Bennett's Petroleum, a commanding end here on a sunny day as the ladies now come out to tackle the football. What's been a great day. Thanks, Ben, for your efforts.
That's great. Thanks very much for having me along, Aaron. Good to see your dulcet tones covering football, and Jerry, great work in the truck here with us, making sure that all the tech's perfect, and great vision displayed as well too from Duff. You blokes do a great job supporting junior football, and keep up the good work. It's been all Tigers here in Tigerland as the ladies run out, and that's a wrap here. You're here with Ben Harrison and Aaron Roberts on Duff TV, Bennett's Petroleum and Cripps the Master Baker giving us a hand and bringing some footy, some junior football in the Southern Football League. And we're done and dusted, and it's good afternoon from us.